Ooh.
Brand new intro on the show today, guys.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
We were trying to change some things up. But anyway, welcome back to another episode of the TSFT podcast. This is episode 116.
It's a big one for you guys, you know. We're going to be talking about a lot of amazing stuff, going deep into the deep topics as well.
Deep into the deep topics. And we have a lot to talk about today. Bunch of stuff that has come out regarding the FBI raid into Mar-a-Lago and Donald Trump.
Yeah, and all the shit that they did with
all
that.
the shit they've done. They took Trump's passports.
That's fucked up. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
No.
Absolutely insane. We're going to talk about that and why that creates a loophole for Trump. Also, a CNN legal analyst, CNN, right?
Yeah.
Came out and said that Trump had the right to take these legal documents.
That's
is
huge.
going to be, it's massive.
Yeah.
That's CNN.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically the Democrats saying, yeah, he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. And if they have, now watch, he'll be gone from CNN after this. But
he was
at least
removed.
for now, yeah. Trump says bad things are going to happen if we don't start to cool the temperature in the country, which I agree with 100%. Men are officially lonelier than ever. I've got a statistic to talk about that.
Okay.
Henry Kissinger, former Secretary of State, says that we are heading at the brink of war with China and Russia.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Biden's migrant flood hits record highs.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got some stuff to go over about election fraud in the 2020 election, which I think people will like as well.
And we might have a special little segment coming up about halfway through.
I think we're gonna. I think about halfway through the show.
Should we keep it a secret or
we can just tell them?
Yeah, let's go.
Because I want them to know what's coming. We're gonna do the political compass test, and what we're gonna do, which to make it really fun, is we're gonna see. Let me get this but what we're gonna do to make it really fun is we're gonna see. We have to agree on everything.
Okay.
So we're going to have to debate it, agree, and then see where we both end up on the political compass chart.
Gotcha.
Which I think will be pretty interesting.
Yeah,
as well.
let's do it. Yeah.
Let's get into this podcast. Now, the reason we came in with the music, came in hot with the music.
We wanted to do something a little different.
Well, I mean,
it's
been a rainy day.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like none of us were kind of really in the vibe for a podcast.
Dude, I rushed over here.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have my backup jewel, didn't bring my drink. So thank you for providing. You know, so.
You know, you've been providing the last couple episodes. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
thank you.
You know, but yeah, so I felt like we had to switch up the vibe, add something new to the podcast.
Yeah.
And so we're going to start doing intro music. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, production level increases.
We also got these deep topic glasses.
Oh, we do have the deep
guys.
topic
you know,
glasses
these
back. Now, unfortunately, Tony does not own a pair of Pit Vipers, so
I think I have something.
Yeah, but
close.
You don't have the Vipes, though.
No, I got the as seen on TV where it's like not tinted, or it's like, you know, like where it's like clear vision, gold vision, or whatever.
Clear vision, wherever I put the box, but they have a clear vision thing on them.
Yeah. They're cool, dude. I like them.
I mean, the Vipes, like, they're cool in certain circumstances. Like, I left my other sunglasses somewhere, and then I was out at the bar this weekend, like, wearing these. And so it wasn't, it wasn't going that well. But all right, let's get into some of these hot topics. So last time we were on here, we had a lot to go over about this FBI raid into Trump.
Yeah, we were digging deep in that.
And
that was breaking news. We were getting that
literally
as it was happening.
Yeah, it was as.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that since that's happened, there's kind of been two sides to that story, right? There's like the legal ramifications of everything, and then the political ramifications.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that Trump is dominating the political ramifications.
Oh,
completely.
100%.
Like he has just come in and like destroyed the FBI politically, because now they're not wanting to release this affidavit. They have not been sending spokespeople out to even talk about hardly anything. They're trying to keep everything hush-hush, which sort of follows protocol with what the FBI would do anyway.
With their investigation, they don't want to openly discuss an ongoing investigation.
Well, they don't.
But at the same time, when you're going to put something that big and put it out in the media and you're just going to make headlines and you're not going to give a follow-up, you're obviously doing something for a political agenda at that point. You know? So you need to follow up. You need to give the people the answers. You know, I mean, honestly,
they just need to tell the people what's going on, because
truth.
When they're not telling the people what's going on, what ends up happening is you start making Trump look good, because it's like none of these details are coming out. Trump's the only one talking. And so Trump supporters, like I said, I said this will reinvigorate them. Yeah. Because they think this is a whole witch hunt, which it is.
It is 100%
it's absolutely a witch hunt.
I mean, like you said, they took his passport. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
Your warrants did not authorize that. That's wrong.
So let's get into this article right here.
It is huge, but
it is huge. It's huge.
It's huge.
I mean, it's
fucking massive.
So this article comes to us from the Daily Mail UK, which I love. This
Daily Mail. You gotta love the
Daily Mail. I like the Daily Mail. They've had bangers recently. So Donald Trump, the DOJ. Wait a minute. The DOJ slaps down Trump's claims that feds stole 3 of his passports during a Mar-a-Lago raid. But then it was reported by Trump's own people that they actually did steal this. So let's get into this article right here real quick.
Yeah, let's dive in a little bit.
All right, so I pulled up another article. This is from the New York Post. Trump proves his passports were taken in FBI raid after CBS anchor O'Donnell reports otherwise. So again, media, full of lies to the fake news media.
Always.
You can't trust them.
Never.
So the Justice Department admitted late Monday that former President Donald Trump's passports were taken by FBI agents who searched his Florida home last night, weeks after the CBS Evening News anchor Norah O'Donnell tweeted that she had been told otherwise. So, again, this is just like a round-and-round thing.
Yeah.
Late Monday, Trump's spokesperson, Taylor Budowich, tweeted a screenshot of an email from a member of the Justice Department's National Security Division that acknowledged the Bureau removed the 45th president's travel documents from Mar-a-Lago. We have learned that the filter agent seized 3 passports belonging to President Trump, 2 expired, and 1 being his active diplomatic passport. The email added that the agency was returning Trump's passports and that they would be ready for pickup by 2 p.m. on Monday. So what's interesting about this whole thing that makes it crazy, right? A lot of people are saying, who cares? They took his passports, they give him back.
That's a huge
Why
thing.
is this news? But
It's huge.
but a lot of the viewers may be like, why is this news? They're just taking some passports. But the problem with it is if you have to have another court-ordered document to allow to take passports. Yeah. You can't just go in on a search warrant.
If you actually want to get down technicalities on this, if you have a search warrant for A, B, and C, and you go in and
getting close on that mic there.
Yeah,
fucking deep throat that shit.
But no, you have a search warrant for A, B, and C, right? And you go in and you take A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah.
Guess what? You violated your search order. Everything you found is now inadequate or admissible in court because you didn't follow your due process that was outlined there. So by doing something like that, ultimately could fuck them in the long run with whatever kind of prosecution that they're trying to pull out of
because
their
legal
ass.
issues are very nitpicky. You have to follow the law.
You have to, and if you break any step or any kind of chain in that, it immediately calls for question.
I'm questioning what's going on, which is what we've been saying this whole time. And why would they steal his passport?
What was the reason?
If they viewed him as a flight risk, they should have gone to the judge and said, "Hey, this man's a
we don't
flight
want him
risk.
to leave
we
the
can't
country."
Get him to leave. Then they can seize the passports,
including
after they get another court order.
They include it into the
exactly
any kind of possessions, including passports, etc.
So they go in talking about all of these classified documents, which, by the way, like we said, the affidavit hasn't even been released. None of this stuff.
Yeah, which sketchballs.
It's crazy. And Merrick Garland came out and like waited to approve this search warrant that was going down, like to act on the search warrant that he was given. He waited weeks. It's like if Trump really has the fucking codes and all this classified documents, why would you have waited weeks to go in there?
If it was
if he's that
national
much of a threat,
security breach,
why would they wait so long to go in?
You
there?
wouldn't.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They'd be right in there.
And that's because they knew he didn't have anything. I mean, everything he took was
even if he did have
fine.
stuff, which is the next article we're getting into. Even if he did. If it's that big of a problem,
you have literally.
They should have just gone in.
Yeah, you honestly don't have any leg to stand on when you sit here and say, "Hey, there's some serious stuff going on here. We need a warrant," and it takes you weeks to even do anything and act on it. Yeah, obviously, it's not that serious. It's not that big.
It's not that big. But
like we said last time, it's fishing in this witch hunt. That's all it is.
They're
it's
just trying to find more and more
hunt.
stuff. And again, like I said, the fact that they did not follow the law to a T with these passport seizures, which they have given back, they are planning on giving them. I don't know if they have yet or they're planning on giving them back, but they are going to be returned.
But how accurate? I mean, okay, so you take it and you say, "Oh yeah, our mistake. Yeah, here you go."
Yeah.
What other mistakes did you make?
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna do
sorry, we just violated all of the terms of the search warrant.
Yeah,
but you know what? Just forget it. It's all good.
No,
but you're still guilty and you're still a bad person, Trump.
Yeah.
So this is what really kind of threw me for a loop with this whole thing. So CNN legal analyst undercuts hype over Trump allegedly possessing classified documents. This is from the Daily Caller. And again, this is from CNN. So a CNN legal analyst said Monday that former President Donald Trump has very broad authority to declassify the documents seized during the raid by the FBI at Mar-a-Lago, saying his decision cannot be trumped even if paperwork wasn't filled out. This is from, his name is Ellie Hoing, something like that. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. You're totally making a great point, and I can't pronounce your name. I apologize. But he goes, constitutionally, yes, okay. The declassification authority rests with the chief executive. That's the president. The president is not just the head of the executive branch. He is the executive branch. Mm-hmm. There are all manner of forms and protocols and procedure worksheets that one should follow. So it's done in an orderly manner so people know what's classified and declassified. But if we're talking about just the law and constitutionally, the president has the power. Again, agents of the FBI executed a search warrant in the Florida state, blah, blah, blah. Trump, however, claimed the documents were already declassified. So that's the argument Trump is saying right now is that, okay, so he has these classified documents that they seized from the premises. Mm-hmm. Trump is saying, well, these documents are already declassified, therefore I can have them.
Yeah.
You know, because he has the right, just like this guy said, to declassify those documents. So if they're already declassified, that's like me having like the 9/11 papers that Doc declassified.
Yeah, or the Patriot Act.
Yeah. Anything that's been declassified.
I would love to have a copy of that.
Wouldn't it be great?
Me. Oh, God, yeah.
I would read that whole thing.
Oh, I would too. I would fucking go through it with a fine-tooth comb and I'd be like, I see. Yeah. I was right.
You were right. But again, let's see. It cannot, this is what he said again, it cannot be, no pun intended, it cannot be trumped because one of the agencies in the executive branch has to come up with a worksheet that wasn't filled out. So we do need to keep that in mind. The law allows very broad, perhaps even broader than we like, but the reality is very broad declassification.
He could literally walk in, see a classified document on the table and say, that's declassified, put it up.
Yeah, declassified.
Yeah, and it's done in that moment of him saying it.
Yeah.
So, like that CNN reporter saying, legally saying, you know, he didn't do anything wrong.
No.
They're declassified. So what?
Well, again, this is, every single time they come after Trump, it's like, well, it's like it starts off, and everyone's like, oh my God,
how could he
finally got him?
And then they put the microscope on it, and they're like, wait a minute, hold on, they don't have shit. He didn't do anything. What the fuck is this even really about? Why are they wasting taxpayer resources for this?
Yeah. All those FBI agents, you know what I mean? All that time.
It's bullshit.
Raiding a place for documents that Trump has the right to have that are already declassified, as he claims.
Shit. You're not going to get shit from that.
No, they're not going to get
clearly,
shit. Again, it's just part of they fear Trump.
Well,
We've been saying this from the beginning.
You brought up a very valid point earlier of what this, the stipulations of it legally and the stipulations of it politically.
Yeah.
And like you said, legally, he's fine. Politically, he's even better.
Yeah.
Because
he's destroying this politically.
Ass raping.
Yeah.
The FBI on protocols, procedures, and basically order of operations and conduct of how they go about doing things and why they are doing things. I mean, what was their goal? What did they say that he had that was so crazy?
They said he had the
nuclear documents.
Nuclear documents. Not even the codes.
No, not even codes.
Yeah.
So that what that would entail, just for the viewers, would be like, okay, there's some paperwork on a nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
And that's classified. He declassifies it because, you know, whatever the fuck,
he
whatever
has the
reason,
to do it.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Right? Declassified it. He has those paperwork and that document. That literally means nothing.
Yeah.
It means nothing. And, you know, honestly, like, okay, you know, with the codes and everything, they change that stuff so frequently that, like, after our president's done, the codes are rechanged. Yeah. You know, like, there's no way. I mean, it's constantly going. It's like an algorithm, like a super complex fucking shit.
It is, yeah.
So, I mean, really, like you said, they take this big title and they embellish it, try to paint him as a villain, right? But then once you take the microscope in it, you really see he didn't do anything wrong. Go to any other president, they probably have classified documents in their premises.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Well, Trump is claiming, again, these are declassified. So that's going to be what's interesting about this whole thing. Yeah. We'll see if these are in fact declassified or not. But even if they weren't, he's still within his legal right to have these documents.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, like that's, you know, like the legal analyst said, you know, the spectrum's very broad, probably broader than we'd like it, but it's still very broad, you know, and that has to be taken into consideration.
What ends up happening then, and again, I kind of agree with him, like broader than we like, because, you know, we may say, hey, like we trust Trump with this, but let's say Hillary Clinton had won in 2016, does the same thing when she has, but I'm saying like, or Joe Biden takes documents, we may not be too happy about that. So if in fact the left is this outraged maybe let's take a look at changing the law, changing the rules, like adding more safeguards to people just being able to take classified information or just being able to declassify on a whim.
Okay.
But that's how the left should be responding.
Not trying to
they shouldn't be getting mad at Trump.
In fucking a court of law over
but they shouldn't be getting mad at Trump for just following the law.
Yeah.
And doing what he's legally allowed to do.
Yeah.
They should honestly be like getting mad at the law.
Exactly. They should be not pointing the finger at Trump, but pointing the finger at the law. And I 150% agree with you on that.
So now Trump is coming out, and I tend to agree with him on this. He is claiming that terrible things are going to happen in the U.S. after the sneak attack FBI raid. Now, again, genius political maneuver here.
Yeah, I mean, you're painting the bad guys as the bad guys because they are.
Well, they are the bad guys, but what Trump is saying is, look, you are dividing, which is true.
Yeah, you're dividing the country.
Because here's what politicians like doing, and they realized this a very long time ago. The more divided that we are, the more power they have.
Yeah.
Because a united people, you don't have much power over united people, right?
Nope. You don't.
Yeah, I had to make sure my computer was charging. But yeah, you do not have much power over divided people because we unite, we realize what the fuck is going on. The establishment and the people in power want to keep us focused on each other and small issues. Like, oh, here's racism in the United States. Oh, look at that. Cop kills a black man. Go focus on that. Oh, look at this. White teachers. And even to the point like the transgender stuff and everything like that, which outrages me.
Anything that can divide the people from being united, the left
but they're using small issues because the things that should actually be dividing us, like the fucking FBI being completely politicized,
that they don't want that to be something that we could unite around.
No,
they want to divide us over the small, tiny issues, and that is the political game, man. That is how they stay in power.
But that's why they're so afraid of Trump because Trump was exposing this game, like that's been going on for decades and decades and decades and decades. In fact, I can't even find the point at where we flipped into that, from where we were before.
I mean,
because the country didn't start off like this.
No, I mean, when George Washington and the founding fathers created the country and, George Washington was our first president, and none of this was even...
Well, they wanted a government that was for
the people, by the people,
and of the people.
Of the people, exactly, yep.
And that no longer is a thing. In fact, every single year it gets further and further from that.
Our founding fathers are probably rolling over in their grave about what we've done to our country and our Constitution and everything that we stood for and why we broke away from England, I mean... everyone says, it was the Boston Tea Party, and it was the taxation without representation, and that's why we separated. Yeah, absolutely, and I kind of made a point on that in a previous podcast talking about taxation without representation and how that's still practiced today.
Oh, 100%.
People just don't give it any thought because it's only a short period. Well, even a short period is still a form of...
Well, we're going to get into that a little bit later in this about how... the IRS is sending those 87,000 agents after middle-class families, people making under $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
Going after people like that. Well, by the way, and we'll get into this in a minute. I don't mean to tangent off, which I always do, but the fucking rich get away with murder.
Literally.
Literally and like figuratively when it comes to, putting their money overseas, evading taxation, things like that. But I want to get to this article from the New York Post where Trump is warning about dangerous things that could possibly happen in the U.S. and I kind of want to get a response on that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what we got there.
Former President Donald Trump warned Monday that the temperature has to be brought down in the country.
Global temperature.
Terrible things are going to happen. Before accusing the FBI of a sneak attack raid on his Florida estate last week.
No, he's talking about like the global temperature, right?
Oh yeah, global warming. He has completely flipped the coin on global warming. He completely believes in it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think once you see enough of the scientists saying, "Hey, there is something substantial here," you have to believe it.
We're being facetious. He's not actually talking about the climate.
Totally, bro.
Yeah. But you might have that one person in the audience that like.
I don't know if you guys can see it.
You might have the one. So he goes, quote, "The country is in a very dangerous position," Trump told Fox News Digital in his first interview since the August 8th search. "There is a tremendous anger like I've never seen before, all over the scams and this new one. Years of scams, witch hunts, and now this. If there is anything we can do to help, I and my people would certainly be willing to do that," the 45th president said. According to an inventory that was unsealed by a federal judge Friday, this is talking about what was taken out of Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. 4 documents were marked top secret, the highest level of classification the government can give information. 3 were marked secret, and the second highest, while the remaining 3 were marked confidential, the lowest classification level. Another set was marked various classified TC/SCI documents, which is the abbreviation for top secret sensitive compartmented information, a special category meant to protect the nation's most important secrets. So yeah, I mean, but again, this brings up the question which we talk about all the time: Civil War.
Huh,
because
around the corner.
Do you actually think so? I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe let me put it this way. When I say around the corner, I don't necessarily mean like in like 6 months. What I'm talking about is that this has been a steady and progressive movement.
Yeah.
To piggyback on what you were saying earlier, division. There will be a point in time where history is cyclical. All right.
Yeah.
The bloodiest war we've ever had was the Civil War
in the U.S.
Ever had. Yeah. That's gonna happen again.
But do you really think we'll reach levels like you got to think?
Maybe it'll be in a different kind of mindset than what we know the Civil War to be. In the aspect of it'll probably be more economic infrastructure. Stuff like that.
Well, here's my biggest concern when it does come to a Civil War. I don't even think it's going to be over. I don't think it's going to be over, like, things that we think are going on right now. I think when you look at, like, middle class being completely destroyed, like, what's Rules for Radicals, right? That book talking basically about communism, how to set up a communist society, things like that. The middle class being completely eliminated. The elites getting more powerful, the lower class losing more and more power, not being able to feed their families, not being able to, irritates people. And then when you see the elites doing stuff like this, especially you look at people who support Trump or even, realize that Trump is the person that's there, almost the only person in office that's willing to defend, the rights of the American people, expose the establishment. It's making that gap even larger.
Yeah.
And it's waking people up to that fact. That's why they don't want Trump again.
Well, and it'll get to the point. I mean, like, they already do this now. Like, when people are peacefully protesting, individuals be hired to send in to actually start making it a violent protest. They get paid to do that stuff.
Oh, yeah. It happens all the time. So they can shut it down.
Yeah, so they can implement, there's tear gas and shit like that, which shouldn't be used, period, since, wake up.
But then you look at something like the BLM riots. They're completely allowed to be as violent as they want. And nothing happens with that.
Well,
because that's, again, race war, igniting races, igniting the flames of racism in our country.
Yeah, and I mean, there is a strong element there. I mean, it is undeniable. I mean, it's making headlines. I had a couple coworkers today show me a video on TikTok where a 9-year-old kid walked up to a lady in the suburbs. In the suburbs, this happened. A 9-year-old kid walked up to a lady's house, and this was a Ring doorbell video, where he's beating on the front door with a whip. Okay? That's flag number one.
Is it a black?
It's a white kid beating on a black lady's door with a whip, right? Yeah. So she opens the door and tells him, hey, you need to stop doing that, right? So husband comes home, and husband goes over to talk to the boy's father.
Yeah.
Right? Boy's father's white, husband's black. Okay? He tells him, hey, this is the video, blah, 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 all this, everything, right?
Yeah.
The white guy pulls out a gun and points it at their daughter and fires a round.
At the daughter?
At the daughter.
Misses, though, right?
Yeah. But dude gets arrested. He's got legal support now because he's getting fucking reamed over the coals. You cannot do that kind of shit. That element of racism should not be present, but it is. Well, and it's only going to get worse.
But the thing about
this is going to be gasoline to fuel a fire that we don't want to fuel.
But the thing about racism in our country, and this is what a lot of people don't understand, is that there are two types of racism. There's institutionalized racism. And then there's just like blatant like people are racist.
Disregard.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's racist people and then there's institutionalized racism. Mm-hmm. Institutionalized racism is the government creating laws.
Otherwise known as plantation politics.
Yes. The government creating laws that are outright racist to keep people down.
Yes.
People of certain color, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
That is institutionalized racism. Yeah. Individualized racism is like, that person over there is racist. Hates black people, hates white people, hates Mexicans, whatever. You know what I mean? Just hates a different race based on the color of their skin, stereotypes, whatever. You can get rid of institutionalized racism. In fact, I think in this country
we should.
I think in this country we had gotten to a point where we had, but people can. Well, here let me.
The entire Democrat Party existence.
No, but I'm getting to that. Yeah. People conflate those two issues. They conflate individual racism with institutionalized racism.
Yes,
they assume that if there's a single racist person, that means that we still have institutionalized racism.
Yeah.
So what's happened is the Democrat Party, yes, I agree. You know,
their existence wouldn't be here without slaves.
Without slaves.
Yeah.
No.
And they wouldn't continue to exist without slaves.
No, exactly.
That's why they get votes, and that's why they do the welfare and the free handouts and all this.
Oh, they do.
This crap.
Well, when FDR started the Great Society, one of his famous quotes was, "I'm going to have those N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years." When he started the Great Society, and that is like giving handouts and things like that. Like he literally knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Because it's like you want to keep these people down.
Yeah, keep giving them shit.
Yeah,
and
because
they're going to keep feeding you
Democrat
your
for the
votes,
next 200
and you're
years,
going to keep them in their little bubble,
exactly,
in their cities, and with not advancement opportunities and shit. You know,
yeah.
I mean,
education, fucking ass,
horrible.
You know what I mean? We're not having the correct type of and then you talk. Well, anyway, let me talk about this, and I want to get into. But so I had to write a note down. Because I'm all over the place. But they conflate those two things. So what has happened now is you've got the Democrats, plantation politics, trying to keep minority groups relying on them. Mm-hmm. This is why I think Democrats are also in favor of both legal and illegal immigration. I have an article about Biden allowing record numbers of migrants into the country. I think they do that because they assume, hey, look, we're letting all you guys into the country.
Vote for us next time.
Look what we've done. Vote for us because these evil Republicans didn't want to let you in.
We let you into the land of opportunity.
Yeah.
To steal our money and to depreciate our society.
Yeah. When you start allowing all of these people to come in, I have an interesting poll that came out saying that Americans are actually willing to pay higher prices for products as long as we can get Americans to get hired, because
that's what I've been saying about people wanting the fair phones and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, people are willing to pay more if it means prospering our country.
And we're going to get into all this poll.
I mean, because the people aren't stupid. They realize the more people that we have coming over illegally and taking all these lower end jobs like landscaping, fast food, retail, stuff like that, you know, they're then taking that money and sending it back over to their country, and they're living like kings and queens over there.
But it's not even that. That's a part of it.
It's a small part.
It's a part of it.
Okay.
It's a pretty big part of it. But I think another big part is that a lot of these people coming over, but again, back to the Democrat thing, they're willing to do that to keep them voting, blah, blah, blah. But I think a big part of them and what's hurting the American worker, especially in these, you know, in like landscaping jobs, like, you know, mostly manual labor jobs, is that they're willing to work for far less money than what an American would work for. Like if let's say you go and it's like, hey, you know, I'll give you can go work for a, you know, landscaping company, and an American comes up and they go, well, we're offering under the table cash, you know, I'll pay you $15 an hour, no benefits, blah, blah, blah. And then you have another opportunity, more money with full benefits, whatever. An American's going to turn that down because we're used to like full benefits, all this stuff we're getting. Mm-hmm. But you have some person who came over the border from horrible conditions in Mexico, like
and
drug
they've already
cartel
got
run
benefits
countries.
By being here.
Well, yeah. So they're like, my benefit is that I'm
free
here.
Healthcare
so I'm not saying it's
illegal.
their fault. I'm just saying that
we've created the system to allow this to happen, dude. The moment illegal immigrants get better health care than Americans do.
Oh my God, absolutely.
From the moment they cross the border, they get it.
Free healthcare.
Yeah.
Absolutely
so we've created the system to make it work for them to come over, for them to be illegal, for them to take those low-paying jobs without benefits because they already got the fucking benefits better than the American who's working a 9-to-5, paying for benefits, doesn't even get the same kind of quality of benefits as the free illegals do.
Well, and that's part of the whole system is guess who's giving the benefits to those people? Democrats.
Yes.
And then they paint Republicans
as the bad guy,
as racist.
Yes.
Saying they don't like Mexicans.
And that they want to
fucking... see, I actually... Do you know who Michael Savage is?
The name sounds familiar, but I'm not...
an avid listener. I haven't listened to him. In fact, I think I have his book up here. I don't know. I have it somewhere, but my books are all over the place. I don't know where they are. But in his book, he has a policy which I agree with heavily. And I don't know what he's been saying now or whatever. I'm not condoning everything he says. Yeah. But he did have a policy saying, and I agree with this, we should close down the borders in our country for 7 years. Close it down. Nobody can come in legally. No one can come in illegally. If you're here, great. If you haven't gotten here yet, sorry. During that 7-year period, we fix our legal immigration system, because that's a problem with illegal immigration, right? People come here illegally because it takes fucking 12 years to get here illegally. So we fix that system. We fix our vetting process.
Well, I don't think it takes that long.
We help the people that are struggling in this country get back on their feet, get their shit together. We solve the problems we have in our country. We also build the wall. We get all these problems solved. Then we fucking open up immigration again with an improved system, allowing more people to come in. Because right now what we're doing is we're basically trying to patch a hole on a boat while the boat is sinking.
Yeah,
like there's water flooding into the boat.
Yeah.
You can't just like patch the hole. You have to fucking, someone's going to have to
You got to take the boat out of the water.
Save you, take the boat out of the water, and then patch it, then send it back out again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Go
fix
into
the problems
isolation.
and then build another boat.
Yeah. And that's another thing. We've got so many issues within our own borders that we need to address and handle before we start taking on other countries' problems.
Well, and look, I get it. It's like you look at...
To the individuals that are like, oh, well, we're the number one superpower. It's our responsibility to be there for the underdogs and the low mans. Who made that call? Who said that was the thing?
Well, here's
because
the thing.
the more times we keep emptying our bottle out for these other countries, they're not filling ours back up. They're not helping us out.
No.
All right? We're going to fucking sink, and we're not going to be number one anymore. Russia and China will be.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
We cannot let that happen.
It's like if you're in a relationship, right? You're dating somebody, and you are very mentally stable, have your shit together, you're ready to go in a relationship. Maybe you've taken 4 or 5 years off from your last relationship to fix problems you've had, blah, blah, blah.
Work on yourself.
You're like, okay, I'm ready to get into a relationship. You jump into a relationship, and the person that you jump into the relationship with is fucking mental health issues through the ass. All right, sorry, mild interruption. Yeah. It's all good. But anyway, so it's like you got your shit together.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where I was.
Yeah, you were talking about how you just spent a few years getting yourself right. Anyway,
so you have your shit together. You fucking start dating this person who has a ton of mental health issues.
Toxic.
Yeah, toxic, horrible, cheating on you and everything, and they're just not ready.
Why are you still dating them?
You have to be with someone who's ready. You know what
absolutely.
I mean? So that's the thing with the country. We have to be ready for the flood of immigration that we're having. Because we don't. First of all, we don't even know what the fuck we're gonna do with ICE, which is our immigration enforcement. Yeah, we don't know what we're gonna do with that. We have 2/3 of the wall built. We don't have a good immigration policy legal. Our migrant system sucks because we have become. Oh, but no, I remember my point. Fucking now it's all coming back to me. We cannot have. You cannot be responsible for someone else's mental health completely. No. A relationship is supposed to go both ways. You share each other's problems. Yep. You help each other when you need it. If you have all your shit together and you're ready to go, but your partner doesn't, then you're going to be just constantly helping them, and it's going to drain you. And that's what's going on in our country right now. Is we're constantly helping other people. We're the world's police. We have to be here. We have to be in this country, that country.
Exactly.
We'll support Ukraine. Blah 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 blah. Which again, I don't think what Russia's doing with Ukraine is good. But it's like if we don't have our shit together,
how can we take care of?
How the fuck are we going to help somebody else?
Yeah,
we're not. We're going to end up looking like idiots because we're not going.
And we're going to fall.
We're going to fall. Well, the fall of Rome. America is going to fall. Yeah. Absolutely.
Mystery Babylon.
All right. We doing a rumble shot real quick? All right.
I can't do rumbles. I can't, bro. I know the moment I smell it, I'm going to want to throw up.
Just get it down.
It's peppermint.
It's all good. It's all good. Come on, I spent 99 cents on these. Oh, crack that Coke and chase with that. Fair enough.
You're killing me, man. You know what I'm doing for you here? You know how many fucking
Let's crack this.
shots?
Oh my god, that's the last one.
No, we're not cracking it. You know how many shots of Rumplemints I turned down that were put right in front of me because I said I don't fuck with peppermint, but I'm doing this with you?
You know what?
And this is fucking A, bro.
I mean, I'm not even gonna do a chase. I won't even make a face.
Yeah, you do. Rumples.
Let's see who cannot make a face.
I will immediately.
All right, here we go. I'm not gonna make a face to the camera.
Are we doing this? Oh,
cheers.
Yeah, cheers
to a great podcast.
I told you.
keeping this rolling. Dude, that's going to be 34-minute mark.
Wait, are you kidding me? You got that
Yes.
recorded? Fuck you. That's what I didn't want to happen, was me almost vomiting on camera. I ain't no bitch. God, that burns.
Dude, I was ready for you to. You got it down though.
Yeah, I got it down. Like I said, I ain't no bitch.
No, we're splitting the last one. I'm just kidding.
That's all you. I'm done. I fucking took one for you, man. Just for you. I wouldn't do that for anyone else in the group. And don't you ever fucking use that against me.
I will.
Because you ordered me a shot at the bar Rumplemans, bro. I'm sliding it right back down to you.
No, that was the one time. It's all we had on tap. I got Rumble Shooters on tap. I guess we did have a little bit of the moonshine left, but I wish we had beer. That would have been nice.
Beer would be perfect.
Beer
but
would be perfect.
I would rather do that moonshine than that, man. I like that moonshine.
It's pretty good, dude. It's pretty good.
That's not recording, is it?
No, we're recording right now.
Oh, okay, cool. No worries.
It's been going, I hope.
Well, hey,
Because
to all the viewers, you get a little comic relief. Almost watching me almost throw up. Almost. Like, I had the reflex and everything. I don't do peppermint. All right, so I'm going to tell the story on why I don't fucking do peppermint.
No, but
all right?
dude, just real quick.
Okay.
So because you were like,
I'm gonna review this and watch this. I'm gonna be like, what the
it's at
fuck is wrong with you, Tony?
Mark.
Yeah, 34-minute done.
You go.
Instant. And I told you that too.
You start chugging the Gator, and then you stop and you're like,
I'm like, oh, it's coming back up.
oh, dude,
Nope.
I remember one time we were at one of the friends' group's house doing like a barbecue thing, and like our British friend, right?
Yeah.
I go and pick up, not at his house, but like
Over at yeah.
And we were, I went to the liquor store, I got some beer, and I was like, fuck it, like let's throw down some Fireball shots.
Oh God, no! I don't do cinnamon or peppermint. Those are my
I can't
two
do
no's.
Fireball, I won't do it.
Bro, I won't do Fireball
Unless
or
it's
Rumplemans.
completely frozen. Then I
No,
will.
it's rock gut whiskey loaded down with cinnamon.
That's true. But I took, so we get the
Still feeling it.
we get the Fireball shots. Luke, or our British friend, takes it. It doesn't matter his name. No one knows his last name. Anyway,
Yeah.
our buddy Luke takes the shot and he goes, like, and it's not an exaggeration. Like
He was actually.
and I'm making fun of him. Like I'm crying, laughing, like fucking pussy, can't even take it. I take it and I'm like, immediately throw up. All over the back of in the backyard.
He didn't throw up.
No, and I was making fun of
you,
him,
yeah, that's
and
called
I
karma.
threw up.
That's
I'll
called
do it all the
karma.
time, dude.
Yeah.
I will yak up shots every once in a while. Dude. I'm not kidding. Like I'll get these little shooters because you go to the bar and these are 99 cents per.
Yeah.
And it's like so much cheaper than getting goddamn
A shot.
shots at the
Yeah,
bar.
because it's like $6 or
You
$6 for a shot. But no, all right. So the reason why I don't do peppermint, right? I can't remember. It was like the 3rd or 4th grade.
Dude, that's gonna hit me pretty good.
Yeah, it's gonna hit me like a fucking ton of a freight train, bro.
Good, 'cause we got a whole
I'm
podcast
gonna
out
be
of us.
fucking walking out of here with a limp.
No, you won't, because we still got. It's only 5. We're fine. We're chilling.
Yeah, I'm a lightweight.
Yeah, but we still got to do the whole.
I don't know.
the whole political compass stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
But no, okay. So I'll make this real quick for the viewers, right?
Yeah.
It was 3rd or 4th grade. I was the lead, all right, because I'm fucking OG.
Yeah.
Sorry to get real passionate there, but
No, you're good.
I was the lead Santa, right? It was a Christmas play. It's a Christmas play.
I was the lead, and you're getting all hyped up.
Santa.
Anyway, I was the lead Santa.
Yeah, Santa. No, there was only one Santa, all right? I was the lead Santa. Boom. Done, right? Okay. So at the time, I was a kid. Okay. I love candy canes, bro.
I can't wait
used
to share
eat.
that clip with the group.
Oh my god, bro.
That's the
I'm going to be
first thing-
really
That's the first thing I do. Anyway, go on. Lead Santa.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I loved candy canes. I used to eat all kinds, like the fruity flavored ones, the regular peppermint ones, whatever, right? Okay,
Yes.
so all day, it's around Christmas time. We're getting prepared for the Christmas play and everything. So the school day is a really light day. There's not a whole lot of work. You know, I brought all my supplies from home. I got an extra pillow for my belly, you know, because I don't have a belly, you know, so I need it for my Santa. I brought a little pillowcase full of toys and stuff, just like as a prop for the actual play and everything. And I'm eating candy canes all day long. Loved it. It was great. Awesome day, right? And we're preparing for the play and everything. And, you know, I get suited up. You know, I get my Santa suit on, and I'm just in my underwear underneath. And I got my bag of toys, and, you know, I'm behind the curtain and everything, and, you know, we do the intro, everything's all good, and I go out to say my lines, and I walk out on stage. And as I walk out on stage, I see, you know, you got if you ever been in theater,
I have. I was the lead. I played Peter Pan.
You got the first set of lights, right? And then you got the second set of lights. So you got 2 sets of light right here and all these faces in front of you, dude. And I go to say my line. And as I go to say my line, up chucked peppermint candy cane vomit onto the audience and fainted. I woke up in my regular clothes. Okay, so somebody changed me.
Who changed you?
I don't fucking know. But, to this day, I still think somebody in the audience with the little camcorder, dude, that'd be a great AMF video, dude, make 100,000 off that motherfucker, easily.
And then you're set for life.
Well, it wouldn't be me because I wasn't the one recording.
No, but you should get the rights to that video.
I totally should.
How old were you?
I was 3rd or 4th grade, man.
3rd or 4th grade?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so so it's like...
So after that, dude, okay, it's the only time in my life I've ever fucking fainted, all right? And I've done some crazy-ass shit, and you know me, dude. I've done some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Okay? And even the things don't even come close to the crazy shit I've done. Yeah. Never have I fainted. That... I don't know what the fuck happened. Ever since then, I've had like a small element of stage fright, which you don't see that from me because I'm a very outgoing person. I make friends everywhere.
You were like completely willing to come on this podcast.
But I have stage fright. I really do. But I've learned to conquer my fears. I've learned to find my weaknesses and fight them to make them stronger.
Well, that's what you should do.
Absolutely.
That's where true strength comes from, is conquering a weakness.
Absolutely.
Well, dude, when I first started...
Well, it goes into what we've been talking about, every frequent so on mental health and men's health, acknowledging your weaknesses and accepting it as a part of yourself and then learning ways to combat it and to strengthen it is a way to grow healthily.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the proper way of saying that word.
Healthily,
healthy.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Like it's all
but
good.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, since that day, I've never done peppermint. I don't like it.
Dude,
the only thing peppermint I can do is like chewing gum.
I used to have like big time stage fright, right? And I remember when I first got my radio show, KCXL Talk Radio. I still remember. I got my first radio show, and I fucking show up, and I'm like, fuck. And then I kind of realized like, because at the time I had already had this big following on Instagram, right? So I was like doing all this shit. And I just kind of got into the habit. So whenever somebody comes to the podcast and they're nervous, they're sitting right there, I'll be like, hey, you're talking to this. You're talking to
the
me.
mic, yeah.
If you want to just look at me, that's
fine.
You don't have to look at the camera. You don't have to know we're recording. Just fucking talk to me.
Exactly.
It's a conversation. It's much different than us being like, massive audience right there. Yeah,
absolutely.
That would
and
be
you
different.
Can see them.
And I went from stage fright. I remember I did an open mic night one night because my buddy was like didn't want to do it by himself. I'm like, sure.
Solidarity.
So I'm like, we show up at the place. I'm like loaded with fucking shooters, right? Because I'm like, I don't know how many of these bad boys I'm gonna have to fucking suck down.
I'm gonna need at least 6 to get on.
Yeah. So I go in the bathroom and I'm like, took like 3 of them. My set was fucking good because I'm like, fucking
you're loose.
Buzzing.
Yeah.
You loosen yourself up.
Yeah.
Like, I always used to, before the podcast when producer Steve was coming on, which we got to get him back, but before that, every time, dude, we used to fucking take like 2 or 3 shots before we'd go live because it's like it gets you ready to go. You start feeling loose. Like, look at us now.
Yeah,
we're loose
absolutely.
as hell.
Yeah.
I'm actually
so one of the biggest things that I learned to really overcome stage fright, because like after that instance, I was in 3rd or 4th grade, and then you get into like 5th, 6th grade, and then middle school and whatnot, and then all the hormones are changing and everything. So I had a whole plethora of shit going on. But then I realized, like when you'd have to go up and do like speeches in front of the class and oral presentations and shit like that. Dude, it was the girls that got me, man. They thought I was cute and everything, so it made me overcome that fear real quick. I loved going up into the front of the class and being like, all right, it's time for my presentation.
Right, that was my thing, too.
That was my shit.
Well, the humor...
Which you would think would have done the complete opposite, having a traumatic experience like that. I would be anxious, nervous, sweating, all of that.
Yeah, but when the bitches...
I'm a little bit when I'm walking up, right? You get a little sweaty pit, right? And then you turn around and you see them and you're like, oh, yeah, I got this.
Well, my thing is, like, what's the worst, especially in school? So when you're presenting in school...
My point with that, though, I just kind of want to piggyback on that.
Yeah.
Is my point with that is to the viewers out there, if you are experiencing any kind of stage fright or have any kind of experiences with that, do what works best for you. No 2 people are the exact same. So what worked for Dylan is different than what's going to work for Joe, and what worked for Tony is going to be different than what works for Brad. You know, so looking at it in that perspective, everyone has their own thing. You know how they say like, oh, just imagine everybody in their underwear. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't imagining everybody in their underwear. All right, It was what gender I was imagining in the underwear all the time.
I just like realized that what I have to say, like if I add a little humor aspect, the minute people start laughing at your shit,
you're fine.
If you're doing a presentation, like make the intro funny.
Okay, so like Spanish class, we had to do like an oral presentation, right?
Yeah, and you
like,
go, ¿Cómo está mirando?
Okay, but for me, I was putting at the end of every
sentence. That was, by the way, the
so,
extent of my Spanish. ¿Cómo
oh,
está?
really? Oh, dude, I was doing like full-on sentences and then ending it with quizás. Like kiss ass, right?
Yeah.
Like quizás, which is perhaps, and then go into my next sentence and do all my Spanish, quizás. That's how I did it every time. And I got laughs just like that. And I fucking loved it. It fed me into it. I got thicker with my accent where I'm like, hola, mi amigo, me llamo es Roberto, quizás. Bro, I was in it, dude. I loved it, dude. Okay, so in high school, I got voted best dressed, because I always came in like Gucci white linen pants
in high
and
school,
shit. Like...
I had 2 outfits in high school. No fucking joke. I'd wear a suit or I'd wear pajamas with slides. I'm not kidding. Sometimes, dude, we would have suit days. And of course, I'm late as fuck because my high school was like down the street. I went to North, Blue Valley North is where I went.
I figured you did.
Yeah, so it's down the goddamn street. So I'm fucking 180 miles down Knoll in my first car, a fucking minivan. I called it the swag wagon. So I'm pulling in like late as fuck, already sweating in my suit, right?
This is hot.
Anyway, dude, I just saw this article, bro. This is insane.
Yeah.
This hypersonic jet can fly from New York City to London in under an
hour.
Wait,
let me see it. Okay, that's not the one from Top Gun, is it?
No.
Did you hear about that with China fucking repositioning their satellite over the United States because they thought the fucking vehicle in Top Gun was legit vehicle and shit, and they were freaking out that we had some advanced fucking tech? Did you hear about that?
No.
Dude, that was huge.
No,
it was huge.
I didn't hear about that.
Holy shit, how not?
I don't know.
Yeah, dude. It was like they saw and it was funny because you brought up Top Gun Maverick and like China big into the movie scene and everything.
Yeah.
They fucking repositioned
Well, there was no release of Top Gun Maverick in China, so it makes sense.
Well, yeah, they released I'm sorry. They repositioned their satellite over the movie set. To see if it was legit. Like, talk about counterintelligence.
Fucking idiots, bro. They got
I'm surprised you didn't hear anything about that.
Fucked.
Wow.
That's so funny. But this now repositioned for this shit.
Yeah.
Let me read this article real quick. It goes, forget supersonic. This hypersonic jet can fly from New York City to London in under an hour.
That's fast.
In the past 18 months, what's it called?
It's like
Wait a minute. Supersonic jet flight is arriving in a hurry. Last 18 months, Boom has successfully tested its XB-1 demonstrator aircraft and pre-sold 15 of its still in development 30-seat Overture models to the United Airlines, Virginia Galactic, and Rolls-Royce.
Oh. So it's going to be kind of a luxury.
Oh, of course it is, dude. Do you think I'm going to fucking ride on that shit?
Yeah.
Donate to the Patreon, patreon.com/TSDPod, so I can ride on this shit.
Yeah, we'll do a fucking
We'll take a Patreon up with us.
Yeah, we'll do
in fact, I'll learn how to fly it, and you guys come up with us.
Okay, I don't know how big the cockpit is, but I know like
it'll be a hot Patreon.
About,
you can sit on my lap.
B-2 bomber, you would be like 5'8" or shorter in order to fly.
Well, a lot of Air Force pilots are actually pretty short.
Yeah, they are. Hold on.
Do you need to take that as well?
I think so. I do need to take this. Hold on. I don't know what the fuck that was.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I had to take a What were we talking about?
We were talking about some really in-depth shit.
What were we talking about?
Honestly, I've switched from podcast mode to work mode, and now I'm switching back, bro. It's hard.
I don't remember what we were talking about, but I do want to switch to the political compass test. But
we can transition to that.
Yeah, I'm down, but we're going to do another shot. Now, audience, not that you can respond. You can't hear me. Or I can't hear you. But should I take... Oh, you like my new glasses? Thank you. I can't hear you. But
yes.
Should I take this whole fucking thing as you're taking? What are you taking? Let me see.
I'm taking a quarter.
That's a baby,
bro. You saw my reaction last time, bro.
All right, fine. I'll do half of this. All right, cheers.
All right, that's fair.
Fair, cheers. That's fair. Actually, I'm just kidding.
I need it.
Was that real? Oh.
No, dude.
All right, here we go. Hold on.
Bro, I did that so perfectly.
Holy crap, I love that chaser. Woo. All right, let's do this political compass test.
Yes, let's do it. How do we do it?
I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to ask the questions, and then we're going to have to agree
Agree
on everything. We've been sitting down here since 4. We've only have 49 minutes.
Well, we've taken a couple breaks. I've had to deal with
That's
some
fine. No,
stuff,
this is where the bulk of this is where it gets
to
good.
the audience, I apologize.
Audience. All right, here we go.
I am always working. I'm always on call. So if you ever see the random pauses in the show, it's because
we were probably talking about something, and somebody in the audience was like, "Fuck, this is so good!" Like this is like
I feel like we were somewhere talking about men's mental health and like getting yourself
I don't
right.
think so, because that's what we were talking about.
Strengthening your weaknesses.
No, because that's what
that was like maybe a couple minutes before we paused it.
That was when we were talking about you because of your situation with the rumple, the peppermint.
Oh yeah.
I think we were talking about something else.
I think we did.
I think we segued because then we started talking about the supersonic jet.
That was what. Yeah.
No, but that's not where we had segued again.
We segued off about the whole Top Gun Maverick and China, and then we went back to the supersonic tech and commercializing supersonic jets, and if we would ever be on that point, we said yeah. And then I think it was around that transition as we were shifting out that we paused. Or
I think so.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Here we go.
Matter.
Political compass test. We have 8 pages.
8 pages.
Yeah, but it's only like a couple questions per page, so it's not like a big deal.
Super easy.
So.
Okay.
No, 6 pages. I'm sorry. All right, here we go.
Okay.
If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. So if globalization is going to happen, globalization should serve humanity rather than...
Be specific on globalization. What do you mean by that?
Like
what's your version of globalization?
Economic globalization. So it's like if we're going to have
one world government.
Not a one world government, but if like we're going to be trading and everything with multiple countries, it should primarily serve humanity rather than
the interests of the companies.
Than transnational corporations. Yeah. We agree with that.
Company.
So we're going to go strongly agree because we both agree.
Totally.
Okay.
100%.
Strongly agree.
That was an easy one.
I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong.
I love America, hands down.
Yeah.
I think America has done wrong things. I think we've done absolutely amazing things, and I'm still a diehard
my opinion on that, so we're going to go yes, strongly agree. But my opinion on that, I actually hate clicking strongly agree on things, but if we both agree, strongly agree, if we have a debate, we'll choose whether to agree or disagree.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Like
but
that.
What I'm saying is
like slavery was wrong, but
so my thing is like I feel like we can always come together and figure out how to do things better in our country.
Yes.
And our country is not represented by the people who represent our country. Like,
correct.
So it can always be changed. Things
Absolutely.
can always be new. We can always elect new people, even if they get fucking bullshit FBI raids like Trump.
Yes,
but
totally.
We can always fix fucking problems. We can always elect new people.
We
can
are one
always,
of the... Oh, well, actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we are the only country or the first country that really started in giving a fuck about the people.
Oh, yeah.
To be, lack of layman's terms, you know.
Well,
our government was created for the people, by the people, of the people.
Yeah.
Not we rule over you, you do what we tell you to, or you die.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, there's other countries like that around the world. I mean, we're pretty low on the fucking freedom index right now.
Yeah, I'd say we're higher than a lot of others.
We're higher than a lot of others, but we're like not even, we're like 7th.
Well, anyone who has a smartphone, you're not free. You have invisible chains.
Yeah.
That was a topic for another
That was
day.
the first podcast.
Yeah.
We actually talked about that. Actually, the episode is America Free, which, by the way, these episodes now are all being uploaded on the Too Savage for Democrats YouTube channel.
Did you make that call?
I'm making
that call. Cool.
Well, because what's happened is I have a Facebook page with all these followers.
Perfect.
That
so
is Too Savage for Democrats, so it's
easy.
mixed branding, cross branding. I didn't want to have like Dylan's
Cross
Daily Show.
platform. Yeah.
You know.
I got you. Yeah. All right, what's our next question?
No one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it.
I disagree with that.
I disagree as well.
I mean, there's people with dual citizenships.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I totally disagree.
I think you should be proud of your country because,
absolutely.
You know what? You're born, especially if you're here, you're born into and again, this is might show bias because we are from the U.S., but you're born into an amazing country.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
That has made mistakes.
Yeah.
But again, the mistakes that are made by people.
And that can be rectified. I mean, even like, okay.
Well, but
you're
that's
born
the beauty of our country is we have
Japan.
a system. We have a system built with the Constitution, everything like that, and the way our government with the 3 branches of government. Our system is set up for when someone makes a fucking mistake. It's not just a fucking
domino effect.
If the leader makes a mistake,
everybody
the country
falls.
doesn't suffer.
Yeah.
Because it's 3 branches of government. Although Biden just signed that Inflation Reduction Act into law, which is, I wish we could talk about next episode.
We will definitely definitely talk about
Next
that.
episode, we're getting into that for sure.
But no, it kind of goes into what you were saying on one of our first podcasts with that, in like culture, for example. If you're born into Japanese culture, Japanese people are very proud of their culture. They honor their ancestors, and they carry on the lineage and the traditions through generation after generation. So I, like you, disagree with that statement. I think that goes to a lot of other countries. They are proud of the country they're born into. And I think you
should be, because if you're not proud, if you have no national pride, your country is going to fall apart.
Absolutely.
Because what are you going to do? You're going to allow it to become. And I think that's what's happening in our country. Going back again, I don't want to say this. Again, this is a satire show, and everything you say is intended to be taken seriously for legal purposes.
Absolutely.
I have to say that. But I do want to say that I think one of the problems in our country is when we allow so many people to come into this country via immigration, we lose our cultural identity, because we as Americans, like it's like when I asked you on that episode of the podcast
of what does it mean to be American? Yes,
right.
Dude. I've still been thinking about that question.
What does it mean
actually
to be
kind of elaborated
We have no
more.
fucking national pride.
No.
So
do you remember my answer originally? It was to be accepting of others and to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Right? I'm taking it a little bit further. I've been thinking on this because that is one of the best questions I've ever been asked before. Everything I said originally still the same, but I think it goes into a little bit more too.
Isn't it crazy? You know what's so funny is you've accidentally tapped on your phone a couple times, and we are so fucking programmed to our devices that when it lights up, we immediately look down.
Yeah, we have a symbiotic relationship with tech. We are turning into part Android.
It's fucking insane.
I mean, Elon Musk did a whole thing about we're wearing smartwatches and shit.
Yeah.
If you ever leave your phone,
I have that article.
Don't go to work and leave your phone at home and tell me you're not gonna fucking panic and freak out
dude,
and feel like you're missing a limb.
Dude, I did.
Yes.
My phone broke after the first episode of the podcast.
And that
I took my lunch break at 10 a.m. So I go to the goddamn T-Mobile store and get a new goddamn phone.
I know.
Because I could not sit there without my fucking phone. I literally could not sit there without my phone. I had to message people, be like, hey, I'm not gonna have my phone. Because then the group was like, I didn't want to think I was ignoring them or anything.
Yeah, it's like what happened to Dylan?
Yeah, I fucking died.
One day, oh my god, world burns.
Yeah, fuck. No, it wasn't even a day. Dude.
It was hours.
I had like my Facebook up so I could still message the bitches on Facebook.
You want to slide through?
How you doing? Message on Facebook. Remember that's how you'd pick up bitches?
No, I've never done that. I always went out and picked them up in person.
No, I did too. But when I was in like middle school, I would fucking like add them on Facebook and be like, oh shit, I just added them. And then I'd see they add me back. I'd be like, I'm in. They added me back. Like, it's all good. But then I wasn't. But it's all good.
Yeah.
Because, you hit and you miss. You swing and you miss. I would say the average dude has about a 1% chance of getting what he wants from a chick.
Really?
1% chance.
Average dude. Okay, average dude.
It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for sex, I'd say you have about a 35 to 40% chance.
I'd say it's a little higher than that.
Well, it depends on who you are.
Women are just as sexual as men,
I said the average,
if not
but
more.
women do not look for just sex in men.
Yeah,
women look at men differently than men look at women. Look at men in, is he a high value man? What does he have to offer? Blah blah blah. Men look at women like, I want to fuck this bitch.
Yeah, one night.
So I'm talking about the average man has about a 35 to 40% chance of going home and fucking a chick. I would say even less for the average man.
Yeah,
but I think that the average. So, but if you're a dude and you're looking for marriage, you're looking for a family,
wholesome values.
I'd say 1% chance.
Okay, yeah,
because I'd say there's probably 1% of women, probably less than that on planet Earth, that you'd be willing to do that shit with, and then there's 1% of women that would be willing to do that shit with you. So you got to think about that. If you want to have kids, family, everything with a woman, and a woman wants to have kids, family, everything with you, there's less than a 1% chance that both of you find each other and get to that point in that relationship.
I guess I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Because I got it.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, statistically speaking, going back to that, I mean, my odds are really good.
Because you already have it.
Well, no, I'm saying prior
but you
to,
were
prior
like,
to that.
but prior.
Prior, I mean, my focus was hit it, quit it, and done.
Well, yeah, and I don't think that's a bad focus to have.
Once I got through with that point, I went through a period where I focused on myself, like you were saying earlier, and then I was like, I'm ready for a relationship,
settle down,
but I'm not looking for it, and I found it.
Yeah.
When I told myself I'm not looking for it, I know I'm in a place where I'm ready for it. It found me, and I mean, dude, it was the best thing that ever happened to me, honestly. Like, in full transparency. I mean, a lot of our group, our friend group, right, has even literally pulled me aside and said, Tony, wow.
I'm listening.
You know, because, dude, I was the guy that was, I'm not trying to peacock or anything, but, you know, I was always out there being like, hey, let's go pick up girls. Let's go holler. Let's get some tonight. You know, all that, blah, blah, blah. You know, the Mr. Go-Go mode, always party time, right? And then it got to the point where I was sick of the trivial bullshit and the run-around mind games that women play, which that is something we will talk about, the mind games women play.
Oh, women play so many. But
regardless of whether or not you're single or in a relationship, the mind games are always there.
Women play so many mind games.
And you know what? I beat them at it every single time.
Well, do you know that women are addicted to drama, right?
Yes, dude.
Because what does a woman do to relax?
Watches drama.
Watches Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Watches
or
drama.
Grey's Anatomy.
Or fucking
Grey's Anatomy is a dramatical show, man.
Yeah.
People's fucking organs. Oh my god. Oh my. Did you know that there's people that do? That's what you watch in your downtime?
Men, you know what I watch in my downtime?
Fucking Forged in Fire and shit.
Dude.
That, I mean, I'm a Forged in Fire kind of guy. I love watching people.
You know what I've been watching recently? You know what I've been watching recently is 60 Days In, dude. I love it. I love it because there was this one part where this fucking this like ex-Marine guy. The people who you think are gonna last are never the people who are gonna last.
No, dude, it's always the fucking one.
This ex-Marine guy literally taps out in the fucking prep room to go before he goes to the prison, like taps out. And you would expect this ex-Marine to go in there and be like, fuck it. Dude, let me ask you a question before we get into the next question. Because I want to continue this test, but let me ask you a question. What would you say if you go to prison? What's your survival tactic? Like, are you going up to the biggest dude in the prison being like, just fuck me now? And
no.
Okay.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
You don't do that. You want to survive in prison, the first thing you need to do is you need to assert your dominance. Okay, so really the biggest thing is after you get booked and you go in, you get your clothes on and everything, you're going to go to commissary and you're going to get food. All right, they're going to feed you when you come in.
Yeah.
All right. In the lunchroom, the moment somebody...
Sorry, I'm putting on the deep topic glasses, man.
Well, I won't yet because this is legit. You got to see it in my eyes, right?
Well, we should look at the camera.
For the record, I've never been to prison on the inside. I've been to prison, but not for what people think. But yeah, family and whatnot, Italian. Yeah. So, anyways, you sit down. All right. You don't fuck with anybody. You don't talk to anybody. The first person that comes up to you, you have to really gauge what the interaction is, because they're trying to feel you out. Hey, is this fresh meat? Are we gonna be able to fuck with him, or is he the guy you don't want to?
Have you seen Reacher?
Hold on. Okay. Yes. So first guy sits down, starts, oh hey, grabs your food or whatever, right? You take your fucking tray and you beat the living shit out of that motherfucker. Doesn't matter what gang he's associated with. Doesn't matter if he's the biggest motherfucker in the room. Even if you lose. You want to know why? Because you earn fucking credibility in the pen. That's what keeps you alive. Being a fucking survivor. All right? You have the individuals that'll become the bitch. That'll have the gangs protect them. And then you got the individuals that'll fight the motherfuckers and be like, oh shit, this guy's about it. That's really the two categories that you have in prison.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you don't do that right off the bat, then you're going to be a bitch no matter even if you try.
Period. That's why the first thing you do is the first person that fucks with you, you fucking put him in the infirmary. You're going to get credibility through the other inmates.
You could imagine if some like fucking huge motherfucker
Bro, even if you get your shit rocked, you still do it.
Yeah.
Even if you do it, man, because you ain't a bitch. You're going to fight back, even if it means if you die. Dude,
yeah, but again,
I live by the sword, die by the sword, dude. I'm going to die in combat. I ain't going to die getting fucking...
But this is so easy to say now, but when you're actually in fucking prison...
Bro, in prison, I think I would be very calculated, very, very smart about shit. I'm going to get in with my cellmates. I'm going to know everything about them. I mean, like, a lot of times, people paint prison as being this fucking battlegrounds of gladiators and shit. It's not that. There are moments like that, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But then you also have to take into consideration, what are you going to prison for?
I need to fix the camera angle.
That's much better.
What am I going to prison for?
Yeah, that's the question.
If I were to go to prison?
Yeah, well that's the thing, because the inmates are going to want to know what you're in for.
I'm just going to say this. If I ever go to prison, and again, everything's satire, blah, 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 but it won't be something worthy of, like, getting targeted, right? Like, a lot of people who go to prison get targeted did horrendous shit. I will never do anything horrendous.
What do you mean, like horrendous? Like serial killer?
Like pedophiles. Like,
oh, bro, you won't last.
No, but I will never do anything like that.
If you're a cop or a pedophile, you're done.
I'm talking horrendous shit I will never do. My likelihood of going to prison will be falsely accused of doing something that's bullshit, and I get out in 2 weeks. That's what's going to happen. I'll get out on good behavior, but I'll be falsely accused.
Okay, well,
of something. But I will never do anything truly horrendous. I will never murder anybody unless somebody's trying to fucking hurt me.
Okay. Well, then it's not murder.
It's self-defense.
Yeah.
But it depends on where you fucking are. If you're in California and someone breaks in your house, you're going to jail if you fucking shoot the person regardless. They don't have the castle doctrine. We do. If someone fucking breaks into my house, I can fucking
shoot to kill. Yeah, I've talked to police. They say shoot to kill. It's less paperwork.
Yes, it absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking shoot their kneecap.
And it's only one side of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not shoot to maim. Not shoot to wound.
They're gonna be like,
kill,
Dylan, what happened? And I'm gonna tell my side of the story, and then they're gonna look at the guy who broke.
Well,
I
broke in and he shot me.
No. They're gonna look at him and he's gonna be like this.
Done.
Because he's fucking, and his face won't even be there. Because he broke into my fucking house while I'm... Dude, I had a weird fucking dream last night, bro.
Okay, hold on.
No, can I tell you this?
No, because you told me why you would go to prison, all right?
No, I didn't tell you what I do in prison.
No, you told me why you would go to prison. It wouldn't be for anything horrendous, like pedophilia or anything like that. The reason, like, if I were to go to prison, it's going to be some blacklister type shit, bro. That's literally how I would go. I mean, like, granted, squeaky clean record.
Oh, same.
I'm not a criminal,
same.
but I think like the best of them. In order to beat them, you got to think like them.
100%.
And if I were to go to prison, it'd be for some fucking fame, notoriety shit, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be like, when I walk in, most likely I'm gonna get like claps or a standing ovation, and then I'm gonna fuck with I'm gonna beat the shit out of the first person that fucks with me, and then I'm probably gonna assimilate into the strongest of the strong as I can, or even create my own depending on how much notoriety I've got. If I got the biggest dudes coming up to me and being like, bro, mad respect, dude, you fucked that up, I'm gonna be like, bet.
I'm glad you believe the word out there.
I'm my own censorship.
Yeah.
when needed.
To a certain point.
You know,
sometimes it slips out. But
yeah,
can I tell you about the fucking dream I had last
night? Yeah.
Give me the
dream.
And then we'll get into the test. Then we'll go to the test. Then we'll test. Dude, I had a dream. You and me were in this. It was like this eerie fucking.
Wait, I was in your dream?
You were in the dream. And I think because we talk about this so often is why, and you'll see.
Okay.
No fucking homo shit.
No.
Right?
I know this is going to be good.
You were in my dream. We're in this eerie fucking, like, basement, dude. I don't even know where the fuck I saw this basement, but it was an eerie-ass fucking basement.
Okay.
And we're walking around. So anyway, we go to bed. I get up in the middle. It's pitch black. There's fucking nothing, right? I can't see shit. I grab my fucking 420 Surefire Lumens flashlight, right, which is always next to me in bed.
Yeah.
I fucking pull it out, and I'm fucking looking around in the rooms and shit. I'm like, fucking Tony. No, I'm not lying about this. This is the weirdest shit I had this dream. I'm like, Tony, where the fuck are you at? Like, looking around, there's nothing. Can't fucking find you, right?
What was...
Oh, dude.
Okay, yeah.
So,
no,
like,
you got my attention,
45 minutes goes by,
Hold on.
45 minutes.
Deep, guys.
No, this is legitimately a dream I had last night, and it woke me up at like 6 a.m. because I was freaked out.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to say details. It's going to keep getting worse. So anyway, fucking... Anyway, 45 minutes goes by. Fucking, I've called everybody. Everyone's over now. Nobody that we actually know. I don't know how these.
But me. Yeah, I was over, but I disappeared.
No. There were a bunch of people now over trying to find you.
Gotcha.
We don't know. It's not like the friend group or anything. Like we didn't know.
Just randos.
We find you outside in the backyard. You'd been abducted by aliens. You're on the ground, like, covered in slime, freaking the fuck out. You're like, dude, I just got fucking abducted by aliens. We're like, dude, there's no fucking way. No, it's crazy. So we get you inside and everything, and then all of a sudden we see these massive fucking UFOs coming down, and they have this huge, like, opening under the bottom of them that
kind of like a Nope.
I haven't seen Nope.
Okay,
but no. But here's what the opening's doing, though, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Is it starts going, and then... and it sends this blast laser down and just destroys whatever it's over at that time.
Oh, damn.
So I'm looking up in the sky, and it's like doing this shit, and I'm like, fucking don't land over me right now. Don't land over me. And there's fucking aliens riding the shit, bro.
Oh, my God.
There's aliens on top of the UFOs, like, shooting people. And they're coming. And you had been abducted by this, but you're back.
And they took what they needed
from me. And then I remember one of them, one of the UFOs. Anyway, so this goes on for a while. Like, we're all freaking out, running all over the place, right? It's fucking mayhem. Don't know what the fuck's going on. And then all of a sudden, it crashes, and then that was kind of the end of it. Then I woke up. So it crashed, and then I woke up. So I don't know.
That's a hell of a weird dream.
Who the fucking aliens were, but dude, it was freaky, man.
That's a weird ass dream.
Alien crafts were like charging up and then shooting massive laser beams down through. Like typically, the hole that you would get abducted through, like when you get sucked up.
Yeah, the light beam
was fucking, which I don't believe in. I believe that they land, they abduct somebody, bring them up with them. I don't think they suck you up. But
no. Yeah,
fucking beams shooting like laser beams down on the ground, dude.
That's intense.
It was fucking crazy.
That's fucking dope.
And I think
like
the reason that I associated you with that dream was because you had been
talking about aliens
a lot.
Yeah,
and you had been abducted.
They're in the ocean, bro.
But they weren't in the ocean. They were coming. I don't know where the fuck they were coming from. But they were coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
And they were fucking wreaking havoc, bro.
Hell yeah,
right.
dude.
So let's get into the
yes.
All right. One race has many superior qualities compared with other races.
False. Every single race has their own specific qualities that are beneficial to them.
100%. So we disagree strongly. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That is a debate, but I do agree with it.
All right, perfect. I agree as well. Well, you know what?
That's why I said it is a debate,
so
but I do agree with it.
Let's just agree on that one.
Yeah, just regular, because it is a debate.
It is a debate.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends on how big of an enemy and can they benefit me and can I truly trust them?
Exactly.
And I would never consider,
Or are they going to betray me and benefit for themselves? Like, there's a
lot of
factors.
Shit that goes into that.
Yeah.
Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified.
Yes, I do agree with that.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I'm going to go strongly agree with that,
yes,
actually. Because international law, what, the UN? It's like fucking...
Fuck the UN.
But international law means... international law means nothing.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and fucking song it. There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment.
What does that mean exactly? Worrying fusion
of information and entertainment, like our news has
become entertainment.
Well, yes. Our entertainment and our information have become fused.
Yes,
so you can't tell the difference.
I do agree. Yeah. I do agree.
Unlike this podcast, where we make a clear distinction between we're being funny and we're being serious.
Being serious, absolutely.
Yeah. I love how this podcast started. We weren't really sure where we're gonna go with it,
and now we have a
topics,
solid direction.
And now we're just fucking going.
And I love it.
That's why we need to start taking before the show.
Let's continue.
Yeah, because it got us like this right off the bat.
I'm loving this.
Yeah. This is probably the most flow we've had.
Yeah.
In a minute.
And I really like this political compass test because it's really kind of giving the viewers a good idea of where our mindsets are.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, because a lot of people, we come out and we kind of just talk about a bunch of random shit in terms of politics. Mm-hmm. We're kind of all over the board.
We're giving them a foundation.
I want to figure out where we are. So, and this is us together. This is not each individual test, which we should do one sometime.
Yeah.
There is so we
so far my answers would still be the same.
We've all agreed with each other so far. People are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality.
Yes.
Really?
I do think that people are divided by class as opposed to nationality, because if you think about it, let's go in the hood for a minute, right? You in the hood, everybody's got your back, everybody knows you, right? But if somebody, African American from the suburbs, comes there, you're an outcast.
Yeah.
I do know that from the individuals I work with on a daily and the individuals I encounter on a daily.
Yeah.
If you are in their same class system, regardless of nationality, white, black, Mexican, Asian, doesn't matter. They accept you more than individuals that are the 1%.
Yeah, like if
elitists.
Jeff Bezos comes walking in.
Yeah, I'm going to have more commonality with my janitor than I do with Bezos.
And that's why it's so rare that you watch like these podcasts that Elon Musk goes on.
So what do you think on that?
I agree.
You agree?
Because I think I don't agree. I don't think money makes you different, but I think that
it
creates new experiences that I can't relate to.
Yeah.
Like fucking Jeff Bezos can do a ton of shit that I've never done. Yeah. And therefore, like, what am I going to talk to him about? Like, he has access to almost everything.
I've got friends that are rich, that go on vacations all the time, that eat at the most expensive restaurants, that eat the most fanciest drinks, and we have commonalities between each other. So in that aspect, I definitely see that.
Well, but you could get, but then there's like Elon Musk. You can get along. Like Joe Rogan's pretty relatable. He's pretty. But I'm talking about like rich. Like I'm talking about
Rockefeller,
rich. Well, like Elon Musk, you can. I feel like when I watch Elon Musk on a podcast, I relate to him. On
I don't think I think I'd have more in common with Elon Musk than I do with the Rockefellers.
Do you think
Absolutely.
Do you think though that is the perception? Like if you were to sit down and have a genuine man-to-man conversation with like Jeff Bezos, might you have some things in common? Like, hey, we both seen this movie, we've seen this. We just kind of paint them in this view of being these elites that are out of touch
because of their net value.
Because they're not open and available to the people.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I agree
think
with
that could cause.
But like one of the individuals that I'd love to have a sit down conversation with, which I think would be amazing, is Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think I would love to have a one-on-one with him, man. He is fucking brilliant.
But he's not that rich though.
No, he's not rich, but Rich in what standard? Money?
No. That's
like,
what we're
to
but
me,
that's what we're talking about.
knowledge
We're talking about class
is
versus race.
And trust me, I get that.
Or nationality.
But okay, so Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's famous. He's known individual. His name's in headlines and stuff like that. He's got notoriety and everything.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I would put him like if you have like the low class, middle class, high class.
Yeah.
He's not like the Rockefellers, with trillions of fucking dollars, but he's no fucking Joe Schmuck off the street either.
Yeah.
And I think in the aspect of nationality versus class, that means nationality means nothing, honestly. Like you could sit down with an individual who is a millionaire Asian, a millionaire African American, and a millionaire white dude, and they're all going to be totally different based off their nationality.
So we think nationality then is...
I do.
Okay, perfect.
I do.
I think we kind of flipped around on that, though.
A little bit, because honestly,
I always
if you
thought
look
nationality.
at it...
Because if you talk to like a Saudi oil tycoon...
Prince...
Yeah, Prince, whatever the fuck. They're not going to have anything in common with, like, fucking Trump.
No,
you know what I mean?
Nothing in common whatsoever.
Because it's like they've made their money doing
cultures.
totally different things, different cultures. Culture is a huge determining
Which goes
factor.
into nationality.
Because if you walk up to some fucking dude in Japan and you're like, what's up, dude? And, like, try to shake his hand or, like, pound his fist, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
I would never do
you
that
always
because
wanna
that's
bow.
disrespectful. I'd be like, arigato.
Yeah.
Hold on. Doi tashimashite. O genki desu ka?
Yeah.
That's thank you. How are you doing? You're welcome. I speak semi-fluent Japanese, but nah, I could go there and survive. Let me just put it that way.
So they're
Barely.
more divided by class and by nationality. We're going to go strongly disagree because we both agreed on that.
Correct.
Oh, here we go. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment.
Agreed. I think controlling
well.
inflation is more important than unemployment. Absolutely.
Because
the value of the dollar
Yeah.
is more important than if people are working
Because
or not.
because let's say you don't control inflation, you control unemployment. Are you getting paid more for your employment? Like, are people making more money? No. That we talked about that last episode.
We did.
Like, inflation has gone up
Yeah.
record high, but have you gotten record high pay raises? No. So you have less money now than you did 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We need to control inflation.
We do.
Strongly agree with that.
100%.
Okay. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation.
Okay, I agree with this because of a couple things. They require regulation because they will do what's in the best interest for profits, even if that means, hey, instead of spending X amount of dollars on controlled waste, we'll just dump it in the river or dump it in the landfill. Yes, they require regulations. And I feel like the reason why they require those regulations is to protect the people because they are doing what's in the best interest of their shareholders. Whether or not it's right or wrong.
So I agree with you as well, and I use a prime example as the Lake of the Ozarks, right?
Oh,
the Lake of the Ozarks used to be the dirtiest lake because companies would just dump shit.
Yeah.
There was no regulation; they dumped shit because they thought the self-filtration would be
cure
able to catch
itself.
up.
Yeah,
but it wasn't.
No.
And so then they came in with a bunch of regulations saying you can
can't
no longer dump shit into the lake,
Yep.
and fucking. I wonder how many bodies are at the bottom of the Lake of the Ozarks. It's probably a lot.
Cement shoes, bro. Cement shoes.
Yeah.
You never swim.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that yes, I think they require some sort of regulation. Now, that being said, I don't necessarily believe the climate models that have come out. I'm not a huge climate change activist.
Agreed, 100%
but
on
I
that.
do think there should be some sort of regulation in terms of like doing outright harmful shit that we all agree is harmful for the environment. Yeah. Like you don't want a fucking company or a person dumping
toxic
fucking
waste.
oil and shit into the ocean.
Yeah,
you know what I
don't
mean?
want
Because you're
that.
killing all the shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So regardless if you believe in climate change or not, there's still a certain aspect of like, hey, let's not actively try to fuck up the environment and do things that are blatantly bad. Like we can have a debate about coal. I think coal's pretty fucking clean.
Coal is clean.
Coal's pretty fucking
especially
clean.
in the U.S.
But you don't want like
coal is not necessarily clean in China, but it is in the United States.
Yeah. Oh, it is because there's more regulation.
Yeah, and we have more filters, and we have the EPA involved and all that kind of
fuck
shit.
The EPA, but yes.
Well, I agree, but just throwing it out there.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go strongly.
Yes.
Agree on that. From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea.
Can you repeat that one more time?
It's the basis of communism. From each according to his ability to each according to his need. I strongly disagree. That's the fundamental blueprint of communism. So
I think for the viewers out there, just to kind of clarify a little bit more on that.
Yeah.
Let's break that sentence down because there's two parts there. The first part is based off. Say it one more time. Based off.
From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea.
Ability to need.
Yeah.
That, just to break down the difference on those two, ability is what you are physically capable of doing, what you are able to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and for example, individuals that are handicapped, they are not capable.
Shoot them. I'm joking. Again,
Handy-capable.
Comedy podcast.
No.
Comedy fucking podcast. Not everything I say is intended to be taken seriously.
Those individuals don't have the ability to get what they need. But they should still be treated as equally as an individual that is totally capable and has the ability to get the need.
Okay, I'm not going to get into that.
I mean, okay, so like think about it like this. If you were to find the love of your life, you have a child, she has Down syndrome. Are you going to treat her any different than how you would your wife or your best friend? No.
Yes.
Why?
Because I can't treat them the same because they have Down syndrome. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but if my child has Down syndrome, let's say I have two children. One of my children has Down syndrome. The other child does not. I can't be like, all right, everybody, go make your breakfast.
I get
because
you.
the fucking tard is not going to be able to make their breakfast the same way as the normal person.
Talking about your own daughter this way.
You know, it's not my daughter. It's not
I
my
know.
fucking daughter.
Hypothetical.
It's a hypothetical situation. Hypothetical Dylan's daughter. This is not true.
It's a tard.
Yeah, I don't even necessarily want to have kids, so it's like.
No, I get that. You know, I get your point. I know what you're saying. Like if you have one child that is.
By the way, I think the worst thing we've ever done for society is just like made retard not acceptable to say.
I mean,
for real.
really.
We should just be able to say retard.
Yeah, we should.
What do I have to fucking go into some multi-syllable fucking sentence to call them that?
Like I gotta do research on what your disease is.
No, because you know what ends up happening? We've made it such a stigma that you're in fucking school and it's like fire retardant in your book and you start laughing.
It's because of all you fucking snowflakes out there.
That's what it is. But I should be able to say that. It's like gay.
Yeah.
I should be, dude.
We should be able to say whatever the fuck we want.
I should be able to say what the fuck I want.
Yes.
Besides going out and like calling people hard R N-words. I'm not going to do that because that's blatantly disrespectful
like
for other reasons.
Them. Yeah. Or defaming
But I think it all comes down to like how I'm saying it. Like if I walk up to some person that's retarded and I go, "You're fucking retarded,"
and you're making fun of them.
Yeah, that's different.
Yes.
But if I go, "Oh yeah, that's my son. He's retarded." Don't laugh. I'm gonna say it again. Don't laugh. This is the problem. I'm gonna say it again. Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
I'm still thinking about.
I'm gonna keep a straight face.
My daughter's a tard.
I'm gonna keep a straight face. Don't laugh. This is my son. He's. I can't even do it, dude. Because it's stigma. Okay, fine. This is my son, and you look at him, and you see it, and I go, he's retarded.
I'm sorry.
Fuck it.
Finish it.
Full send.
No,
we both
split
are.
it.
We both are.
Split
All
it.
right, here we go. Hold on.
Fuck you with the Rumplemans, man. I don't have anything
go.
to wash it down with. I'm gonna throw up.
We're keeping going.
Sorry.
Talk for a second. I'll be
okay.
right back.
So guys, I honestly will say this right now. We are totally feeling ourselves right now. We're having a great time, having a little vibe here. You know, everything that we say is satirical.
Statistical.
And statistical,
You get your choice of what you want to finish it with.
Is this water?
That's water. That's 7-Up.
Ooh, I think I'll do the 7-Up.
Very little 7-Up left,
Yeah,
but that's plenty.
I'll take the 7-Up.
Yeah.
You know,
This is not going to be that bad. It's
little-
nothing. It's not a whole full shit.
Yeah, I know, man. But, for me, man, it's just the smell alone.
Yeah.
Sorry to the viewers.
While you're doing that, wait, let's see if he gags again. Let's see. Here we go.
Fuck you.
Here we go, audience.
No gag.
Much better that time.
Yeah, because it was way smaller portion. Oh.
But to be fair about what we were saying,
It's like I ate
I
peppermint.
think the term retarded should be brought back. I think the term gay should be brought back. I think that because here's the thing.
Well,
very few times do I say the term retarded when I'm talking about a retarded person. Let's say
well, most of the time
you
when we're
fucking
using that
knock
term,
the mic off the thing, like moving your hands and go,
oh fuck, I was being retarded.
Retarded.
Yeah.
But it's like but I'm not being like, I don't mean like your special needs Down syndrome, like missing a chromosome. I'm just saying like you did something stupid, you're retarded. Yeah. It's like saying
the intent behind it.
Dude, one of my favorite words is faggot. I love saying faggot.
Word.
I love it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the British use it all the time.
Yeah.
Talking
well,
about
they
cigarettes.
also use cunt, and we can't use them. No, they use fag for cigarettes.
Yeah. Let's go smoke a fag.
Yeah, smoke a fag, mate.
Yeah.
But
burn a fag.
Burn a fag.
And you say that in America, and they're like, "You're gonna go what? You're gonna burn a fag? Oh my God, I'm reporting you."
But I do think that it should be okay to say that. Like, I think our problem is, here's the thing.
People are too soft,
But here's the thing. There's a no end to censorship of freedom of speech. Once you start censoring things,
everything's censored.
It never ends.
Yeah. You can't even say hello.
Something else is.
You said hell.
Something.
That offended me. I said hello. No, you said hell with an O at the end of it. That offended me.
Something else is going to be called offensive as we progress forward. Something else is going to be... But something else is going to be found offensive.
You're 100% right. The moment you begin censoring it,
it never ends. It's the same with the Second Amendment.
Yes.
All right, next question. So
yes,
we that went from to each according to his ability. Yeah. So next one: the freer the market, the freer the people.
False.
Really? I thought you were a libertarian.
Okay, so freer the market, freer the people. I feel like market and free people are totally
different things.
Totally different things. You can't put them in the same sentence together because if I want to be a successful businessman, I have to create my supply and demand. And that might hurt the people.
But to play devil's advocate, what is the market made up of?
People.
So the freer the market, the freer the people.
Okay. If you want to get down to the specifics on that, sure. All right. Absolutely. But, like, for example, let's talk about this real quick, all right? In the early 90s, we had a lot of Chinese manufacturing companies that were sending toys over into the United States that were fucking contaminated with lead.
I know. And lead lowers your IQ.
Free of the market, free of the people? Yeah, kids love putting shit in their mouth, and you're putting lead fucking shit in your mouth.
Oh, we used to use lead extreme. No, dude, that was, dude, they say that was one of the biggest problems in Rome. During the Roman Empire, everything was made of lead. Yep. Their fucking water pipe systems were lead.
Yeah, they were drinking lead-infested water.
And lead has been proven throughout history to lower IQ, to fucking harm you like significantly.
Physically.
Yes, physically harm you. And so it's like they say that's one of the things as the major downfalls of Rome. Do you need to take that?
No, it's the girlfriend. I don't need to take that. It's not a work call.
Why don't you text her and be like, hey, we're on the pod. Yeah,
hold
just so you're not blatantly.
To the viewers. What's up, baby? How you doing? I'm just in the middle of recording the podcast. This is going live right now, so I just want you to know that. What's up? How are you doing? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're really getting deep off into this political
compass test.
Compass test, that's what it's called. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting deep in it.
It's Bartender Betty for those of you.
Okay, hey, what do you want to do for dinner? Just text me.
Sorry.
While
he's doing this, I'm just going to play the banger intro song.
Yes, play the intro.
This banger intro song, dude. We found this, so...
randomly.
Literally, we were both kind of having like we were not feeling ourselves when we got here.
Like, I was caught up in a zone. I was in a work mode zone, and I was like literally just like staring at the desk, like thinking in my head about work shit, and Dylan's like, let's change the vibe real quick.
Yeah, intro music on the podcast. And we found this shit, and we couldn't even help ourselves. So, next question, as soon as we vibe to this for a minute. This will be kind of an intermission of vibe.
We're feeling ourselves. We love you guys. I wouldn't do this if it wasn't for the fans.
But also it's so great because the average human has a low attention span.
They really do.
So we fucking
Squirrel.
switch it up. We switch it up. This is intentional, by the way. Everything we do is very calculated.
And it is planned. We have an
topics is very
itinerary. It
calculated.
is literally posted right behind Dylan
It
right
says
now.
play the music.
At this time.
If you don't know, there's a fucking whiteboard right here. It says plays the music.
We use expo markers.
At 1 hour and 28 minutes and 58 seconds, play the music. Anyway, so free the market for your people. Do we agree or disagree? I'm gonna go light agree. Just with a normal agree is what I think, because I do think that the free market allows for competition. It allows for better things. It's like imagine if there's one company, Apple, and they're making all their products in China, but another company says, "Hey, I want to make it here," and then people say, "Hey, I am willing to pay higher prices for that product."
Free market.
It allows competition.
People, yeah.
So I'm gonna go with agree.
I will agree with you on that. Absolutely. I mean, that is a strongly debatable question, but
some of these get really good. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now bottled and branded as a consumer product.
That's opinion-based. 100%.
No, but it's saying, do you agree or disagree?
Say it one more time.
So, it is a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now branded and bottled as a consumer product. Now, agree or disagree?
Personally, I will disagree because, honestly, the drinking water isn't that bad unless you're in Flint, Michigan.
Well, no, but I'm talking about like this. This is fucking great value Walmart drinking water, which
I don't think that's sad. I really don't. I don't think it's sad that you take water and make a commercial product from it.
Well, because here's my question. People who will agree with that be like, yeah, that's sad.
Why?
Are you going to go down to the fucking river and filter your own water?
Fuck no, because you're a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah. So are you willing to pay? I'm fine with paying fucking $6 for
I'm fine with paying $3,000 for a filtered fucking water machine on my fucking refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you want somebody else to do the work of the filtering.
Absolutely.
So you can drink it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to filter
it's the
my own
same
fucking
principle
water.
of the individuals that don't want to pay all the thousands
By the way,
but they get the Brita filters.
Water is free.
Yeah.
Fucking walk down to the goddamn
river.
Yeah, and filter it yourself. You can buy a
sand and charcoal water filtration system. I know how to do it by hand. All right, it's not fucking hard. You don't need to buy anything in order to filter your own water. Go down to the river, burn some shit, find some sand, layer the fucking charcoal, sand, pour the water through it, boom, filtered, done.
You know what's really interesting is if you're in a massive survival situation and you're dying of thirst, you can actually filter water through a bra to get like some of the big shit out.
You could drink your own pee.
Well, it depends. It depends how dehydrated you are. If you're hydrated, yes, because if you're hydrated, there's less toxins.
Yeah, if you're drinking pee that's clear,
toxins,
sure. If you're drinking pee that's like fucking Red Bull yellow, no.
Yeah. You don't want to fuck with
No, because you're probably going to fuck yourself
It's
up.
all toxins. So you're going to poison yourself.
Yeah,
but if you're drinking just like clear, you can drink
clear pee.
Piss.
Yeah,
I've never tried it, but you could do it.
Yeah, no, survivalists do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Bear Grylls drinks his own pee.
I mean, hey, man, if
but
you
that's
don't...
I used to love Man vs. Wild.
I love survival shit, dude. I'm like
Who's your favorite survivalist?
Me.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm talking about like television survivalists.
Fuck those guys. It's all fucking paid for and shit, bro. I've fucking done it myself personally.
So have I. So have I.
I was fucking... Allegedly, I was approximately 7 years old when I was thrown out into the middle of the woods by my sensei for 3 days with nothing but a knife and my lighter. And I survived.
There you go. I've survived for a while as well in the woods.
I mean, like, no, I'm talking about deep woods, 3 days.
No, I've been deep
7
woods.
years old.
I've been very deep woods surviving.
Yeah. Dude, it's fucking amazing, dude. You get in touch with your primitive self, dude.
Yeah.
You
become a primal.
You feel one with nature, dude. It's you don't give a shit about air conditioning or your 9-to-5 job or, oh my God, I got to pay the power bill. You don't give a fuck about any of that kind of crap.
Yeah.
Well, that goes granted, I was a kid, so I didn't
even
care about that to begin with.
We're strongly disagreeing with the water branded.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. Strongly disagree.
Yeah, I strongly disagree with that.
Strongly disagree with that. Because guess what?
Land.
One of the biggest things right now that's the most valuable
is
investments are falling, crypto, everything sucks.
Land never
is
depreciates.
King. Land is king.
Yes.
And by the way, if you don't buy it, you don't sell it, you have no ownership. So what happens? Wait, real quick. What happens if you fucking have like a bunch of crops that you're trying to feed your family with on your land and you haven't fucking purchased that shit? Someone's going to come over and be like, oh, you don't own this shit. This isn't your land. The Native Americans didn't believe in land ownership, so we fucking conquered their ass and kicked them off.
Look at
land ownership.
Look at the Vikings.
Yeah.
When the Vikings came over and they were invading all of England before it was actually England, right?
You're good. I just had to turn you down.
It was known as like Wessex and Mercia and things like that. Last Kingdom, Netflix. gives you a little bit of history on that stuff, right? The Vikings came over, and the two things that they wanted was silver and land, because land is so valuable. You can build on it. You can create profit from it. Land should always be bought and sold.
Oh, 100%.
Period. Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Strongly
agree.
Had to take the microphone.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Test.
No, you're good. Now I can turn you back up again. Well, you picked it up, so I had to fucking turn you down a little bit.
No,
I'm over here, producer Dylan and host Dylan.
Producer Dylan and host
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to society.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
I don't agree with it either.
Yeah.
If you can make a fortune doing that, then why not?
Bernie Madoff. You conned everybody out of their fucking money, and you were smart about it, and you fucking made millions off of it. Good
yeah,
for
I mean,
you,
but
yeah, you did something fucking shitty.
That shows more about how stupid we are.
Thank you. Enough said. Say
well,
less.
that's because our fucking education system doesn't teach people about money.
No, they don't teach anything about
If
money,
they taught
dude.
people about money, people wouldn't be ripped off as much.
They wouldn't do that fucking hedge fund bullshit and all that crap and blah, 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 blah. You know, the fucking fuck Wall Street.
Yeah.
I love America. I can't even say that.
What were you going to say?
I don't even want to say it because I don't agree with it. So I won't say it. Well, I do not love money. Money is something that we need in order to survive in this world that we play, this game that we're doing. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's.
Yeah.
Right? You have to have money in order to fucking play the game. I don't love it. Money is the root. The love of money is the root of all evil. So when you have like the individuals that are multi-trillionaires that are literally fucking killing people and committing horrible crimes for an extra few million, you're the degenerates of this society. You're the real evil that walks this earth. You will kill people because you love money so much. You got so much of it that you literally are wiping your ass with $100 bills, but it means nothing to you.
I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, to get fucking as brutal as I can possibly be, there are people, high elites in this world, that will literally kill just because they love money.
Oh, yeah.
They literally have zero disregard for human life and what the
Zero
value
regard, you mean?
Thank you. Yes, zero regard, or 100% absolute disregard.
Yeah.
For human life because they love money.
100%. So we're gonna go. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to society. Agree or disagree?
I would say it is regrettable.
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to society.
Yes.
Yeah.
I strongly agree.
I'll agree with that as well.
Yeah.
I think those people are fucking. Well, they're good at playing the game.
Yeah.
They learned how to play the game. So it's like, but what do you? But again,
but again, are you questioning capitalism or ethics?
It depends on how your money is made. They say something like,
if you're
manipulating money and contributing nothing to society. What is manipulating money?
Okay, so imagine
like that's
this,
my example because there's a bunch of ways to manipulate
imagine
money.
You
but
a humanitarian who's saying like, hey, we need to stop, sex trafficking and children being abducted and sold into these horrible conditions and blah 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 blah. And yet these individuals, and this is a hypothetical. I'm not pointing any finger here. It's a totally hypothetical presentation here. Those individuals that are saying, hey, this is bad, are making their fortune by doing the exact same thing that they're saying is bad.
Yeah.
Those are the individuals that question is talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we'll go strongly agree on that.
Absolutely.
Protectionism is sometimes necessary with trade. I agree.
What is protectionism?
It's
exactly.
like tariffs and things like that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't want to get fucked in trading.
Well, because here's the issue. Here's the issue, right? And I will argue with a lot of libertarians. In fact, I've had huge debates with libertarians about this very topic. They will come out and they'll be like, "Well, we should have free trade," and I'll be like, "Well, does China have free trade?" No, they slap tariffs on us. So we can't slap a tariff back because of our moral, we need free trade. We're going to get fucking dominated.
Yeah.
We need to have an equal playing field.
And you know me, dude. I'm all about giving the power back to the states. I would say, if I were to gun to my head and I had to classify myself in a political party, it would be libertarian. Giving the people the power back to the states, giving the people the power that they were supposed to have originally as opposed to the federal. But going to something like this, for example, Yeah, 100% agree. We need tariffs involved in that because in order to become a prosperous country, we can't get fucked in our trade agreements.
Well, here's my thing is like, I don't necessarily love the system we're in right now, but if we want to continue being the number one global power, we need to play the game that every other fucking country is playing.
Absolutely.
We can't just be like, well, we're the only ones who want free trade.
Play the game to win.
We have to, yeah. So I'm going to go strongly agree.
I agree.
All right. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders.
False. 100% false.
We don't even need to debate that.
We've talked about that.
The rich are too highly taxed.
False as fuck.
False as fuck.
The rich avoid taxes.
The rich avoid taxes big time. But and guess what happens? The taxes end up trickling down to the middle class because somebody's still paying the taxes. Somebody's still fucking paying the taxes. So my thing is like the rich avoid taxes because our tax system, here's the problem with our tax system, right? It's so fucking complex, our tax system is, that rich people hire hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of lawyers to fucking millions of dollars in lawyers to look at the fucking tax code, find loopholes. I don't have the fucking money to do that shit.
I don't either.
You don't have the money. Most people don't have the money to do that shit.
No.
People in the middle class don't.
No.
So they end up getting fucking rammed in the ass by taxes while the rich people find loopholes. So we need to simplify our tax code. Simplify our tax code. As Rand Paul said, it should be able to fit on a fucking...
One sentence.
Yeah.
However much money you make annually, you need to pay X amount of percent on.
That's the, what's that system called? Ben Carson was a huge fan of it. It was in the Bible. What's that system called?
God, I couldn't tell you.
I forgot what it's...
off the top of my head right now.
I forgot what it's called, but there is a system of taxation.
Well, think about that.
What is it called?
Like,
I'm going to look it up. Keep talking.
Yeah. But think about it for a second. You know, if you make $50,000 a year and you have to pay 10% taxes on that, that's $5,000 in taxes that you got to pay, right? But if you make $500,000, you're going to pay a significantly higher portion at that same exact 10%, but you made more to be able to afford that. I definitely think that is fair. Like if you make $10,000, which is below poverty, and you're paying 10% taxes on that, that's $1,000 in taxes. You know, that's not that much. All right, you're making $1 million.
Flat tax.
Flat tax, yeah.
That's not what it's called, though.
But that's a great way to sum it up.
Well, that's basically what it is.
In a nutshell.
Because it's like, hey, look, if you make fucking $1 million, pay 10%. It's tithing is what it is in the church.
Tithing.
In the Bible, it's you tithe, and they figure out a percentage that you tithe.
I had a coworker of mine that set aside tithes every week.
Yeah. Fuck that, because I don't believe in like organized religion.
I don't either.
And I think that I don't know where that fucking money's
really
going.
Cares how I manage my money and like, oh, I'm putting $50 aside just for you, Lord. He doesn't care about my $50.
I think God cares what good you can do that you do.
Yeah, he's like, use that $50
if you are of those beliefs. Yeah. So the rich are too highly taxed. We need to fix the tax system. I don't necessarily think a flat tax system would work, but
okay.
Because here's the thing. 10% of $1,000 is more money than 10% of $1 billion to a billionaire, right?
Absolutely.
Right. You know what I mean? To the person who has $1,000, that 10% is going to be way more to them than the 10%.
Which, I mean, that's why.
So he had it split up. Ben Carson had it split up pretty well in terms of like it changed, based on your tax bracket. But I think we just need to simplify. I think we just need to simplify the tax code so it's more fair for everybody.
I think the multimillionaires should be able to get away with paying fucking the same amount as we pay in taxes. I don't think that should be fair. Even if they're paying the same amount that we pay in taxes, I don't think that's fair. I think the more you make, the more they take. That's an Uncle Sam rule. All right. The more you make, the more they take. That's period. Every single individual in the middle class knows that to be a fucking undeniable fact. All right. There's two certainties in life. What are they?
Death and taxes.
Thank you. All right. The rich seem to be able to avoid death and taxes.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, fucking Magic Johnson, cure for AIDS.
He can afford it. Which brings us into our next topic. I put strong disagree on the last one.
Cool.
Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. I'm going to go first. I agree. And let me tell you why. Because if you're the top surgeon in the country and you've earned your right to be the best surgeon in the country, you should be able to charge more money for your services.
Absolutely.
That's just how it should work. If you have, because guess what? It's not only are you giving You're giving your time. Yeah. So this is my biggest
problem.
Well, this is my biggest problem when people come out and say free healthcare, free healthcare, free healthcare. Here's my thing. You are then requiring somebody to spend their time in the medical field, in the healthcare field, to treat you. You're required to spend their time. People should be compensated for their time via money. Yes. That's just how our system works. Yes. Now, we said that might not be the best system, but it's how the system fucking works. And even if it wasn't with money, it'd be skills, land, silver, whatever it would be.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever
trade.
it is, it would be trade, some sort of barter system, right? But I cannot just fucking waltz into the top fucking pediatric neurosurgeon being poor with my child and be like, operate on my child for free.
Yeah.
He's the top pediatric neurosurgeon.
Being the president and going there and saying, hey, my child needs assistance. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
if you have a lot of money,
you're gonna have a lot more pull there.
The unfortunate reality of the system the way it is, and we can discuss this in another episode on like what should change about it. I'm not talking about if I agree with the current system. I want to make that clear.
Yes.
The way I'm answering these questions is not based on do I agree with the current system.
Correct.
The way I'm answering these questions is based on the current system, and if you want to have access to higher standards of medical care, Absolutely. You're going to have to fucking play the game.
Well, that's why they always tell you get multiple opinions from doctors.
So we strongly agree on that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, multiple opinions is huge.
Yeah.
Because what do they call the person who graduated with the lowest score in medical school?
A doctor.
A doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still a fucking
doctor.
doctor.
Of those doctors have aced every single one of their fucking classes?
Some.
Some.
Not all.
But the percentage is very low.
So if a fucking doctor says, hey, you need to get chemotherapy, there's no other solution.
Look at Doctor Strange, for example, right? From the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right?
Yeah.
He's a fucking amazing neurosurgeon, right? He has a 99.9% success rate. He picked his fucking cases because he didn't want to take a case that he knew he was going to fail at. Right.
Well, not even that, but it's like, why would you?
Well, that's applicable.
But okay, but
you have doctors that will literally deny you because they don't want to hurt their success rate.
Well, and also, but if it's also like if two people come into your office
and one
person's like, I could pay you $1,000, and the other person's like, I can pay you $1 million.
You're gonna want to take the $1 million.
It sucks. Yeah. It's fucking sad
because humans are selfish.
Humans are selfish, but they also have to worry about it. But not all doctors are like that.
No.
Some doctors would take the case, whatever.
Regardless.
But
give the exact same
and
care.
that does suck to say that, like, someone with less money may be turned down for the highest quality medical care. And again, it fucking sucks. But there's the solution to that problem is not free healthcare because real quick.
I challenge the audience.
If we go into free healthcare, there are going to be less quality doctors in the medical field because they're not going to be making as much money.
Okay.
The reason a lot of people are willing to devote so much time to go to fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt to go to fucking medical school because it'll pay off.
Money in it.
And if you're going to go to school and take out a bunch of debt, you should never go to school, take out a ton of debt unless the career path that you're going is able to pay that back because fucking school is an investment.
Absolutely.
It's a shitty one, but it's an investment. Doctors, lawyers, dentists, fucking go to school. Wise investment. Fucking gender studies, fuck that shit.
Well, look at this for example, right?
Just look down at your fucking cock or vagina. You center.
Yeah. So my thing I'm gonna say here is mainly to the audience, right? And I feel like a lot of audience members might be able to relate with this, and maybe not. I could be totally wrong on this. Go to the doctor's office, right? Go down to your local doctor's office.
Yeah.
Right. And tell them you need some kind of medical care, and tell them you don't have insurance, right? And see how long that takes for you to get seen. And then go down to the one on the other side of the street and tell them the exact same thing and that you do have medical insurance and see how fast you get seen. There is a big difference there. If you have insurance, you're gonna get seen a lot faster. You want to know why?
Because it doesn't come out of pocket.
Because there's a guaranteed payday from some other big corporation.
Yeah.
Right? To the individual who doesn't have insurance, it's coming out of pocket, and there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to pay that bill. And so that doctor's not going to get paid.
Yeah.
So they are going to take higher incentive for individuals that have insurance as opposed to the ones that
100%.
don't.
Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Strongly agree.
Yes, 100%.
Everyone agrees with
Absolutely.
that. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies.
Okay. I could see that. To an extent, yeah, absolutely.
So we'll just go normal agree is what I'm thinking.
You normal agree on that because the moment you start putting restrictions on it, it's not a free market.
No.
So I would agree on that, but not strongly agree. Because that is a very debatable one.
That's what I put, yeah. All right, next question. Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so the reason why I say that, the first part is if the woman's life is not threatened.
Well, but by the way, this is a very open-ended question because
it is very
we're not
open.
talking about the stage of the. Like, I believe personally in the heartbeat bill.
Yes,
but
too. I mean, you shouldn't be able to have a baby for 2 weeks prior to delivery and then terminate because the Planned Parenthood wants stem cells and they're going to get you a $750,000 check for you donating the stem cells.
Exactly.
Fuck no. Absolutely wrong. Now, on the other hand, let's say you're raped and you conceive a baby, and that baby is not going to hurt you medically, but mentally it will affect you. Yeah. Absolutely. Or put it up for adoption or whatever. Abort or adoption.
I think,
yeah,
but
sure.
I think everybody agrees that in cases of rape, danger to the mother's life, everything like that,
but
abortion
that
is fine.
That
question did not elaborate on that. Yeah.
Incorporate rape.
But rape accounts for less than 1% of all pregnancies.
Yeah, but
so,
I mean,
like,
to
I speak in like
question.
yeah.
I mean, because if you go globally,
well, what are we going on that then? Because I feel like
I guarantee you, if you go globally, the rape rate is a lot higher.
Oh, globally,
than nationally.
But I'm talking about this is like U.S. politics because it's the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So are we doing? What are we doing?
I would repeat it one more time.
Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal.
Agreed.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like I said, it's a debatable.
Topic. Yeah.
You know,
because I don't want to bring in like if we start bringing in like
the what ifs. You're going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Just for the question purposes.
All authority should be questioned.
Yes.
Yep, agree. 100% strongly.
Check and balance.
An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
No. Eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. That's Gandhi right there.
Fucking Gandhi. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, Martin Luther King.
Someone comes into your house, murders bartender Betty.
We need to pause the podcast real quick if you want me to honestly answer that.
So an eye for an eye. You know what I'm saying? You gonna hunt someone down?
So the fact of the matter is, if it is an eye for an eye on that, if somebody came in and killed my woman, I guarantee you I'll use every single resource and every single fucking tool that I have at my disposal to make them suffer.
Exactly. So an eye for an eye, yeah.
But that doesn't mean I'm right. I know I'm doing something wrong. Morally.
Why would you
I'm consciously doing it?
How are you doing something morally wrong?
I don't answer to man's law. I answer to God's law.
Yeah.
And I know I'm doing something wrong. By man's law. Murder is wrong. But if I'm honoring my loved one and I'm getting vengeance for something that was horribly done to her, I think the one I answer to would probably understand where I was at and my emotions and my feelings on that.
Yeah.
Man's law is different than God's law.
Yeah.
I mean, God praised warriors in battle that killed thousands. Amazing warriors, give him praise and glory.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. I agree. I'm not gonna put strongly agree, but I agree.
Let's put agree on there. Yeah. Because like personally.
Now just to make us not hypocrites, we did say in the last question that we weren't going to use what ifs, but now we're using what ifs to answer this one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I'm still gonna go agree though.
Yeah, I still put agree on there because it's just like the whole abortion thing and the what ifs. You know, it's a debatable topic on there. But yeah, no, I do agree. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Perfect. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis.
Wait, one more time?
Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis.
That's a very loaded question.
Agree, because
it's loaded in the aspect of saying they have to be able to be financially sufficient on their own.
Why?
Well, there's a lot of things that are not financially sufficient on their own. Hospitals,
but we're talking about theaters and museums.
Yeah, I mean, like theaters and museums is the
hospital's different because everyone always needs a hospital. You don't need a fucking museum. What are you going to go look at a fucking painting?
That's a good point. Very good point. You don't need to look at it.
No.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to the theater.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I'm going to go no because at the end of the day, I think that the value that now across the board, like some people could say, well, it gives me value, but the value that, like, okay, put it this way, like, should fucking if Spotify could not survive on a commercial basis, should people who don't have Spotify have to pay taxes to keep Spotify going? I know it's not an American company, but should they have to pay taxes to keep it going? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't go to the fucking Nelson, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Well, so agree or strongly agree. Let's just go agree.
Yeah, agree on that. Yeah, because I mean it's circumstantial, really. I mean, like going down that rabbit hole, you can get into some really weird, complex situations on that kind of question on that. But no, for the general basis of it, I agree with you on that. Yeah.
Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. I agree. You shouldn't have to go to fucking school.
Yes, you shouldn't have to, but if you want to, sure.
Then you go. So yeah, agree on that. Yeah. Strongly agree. Yeah. Whoops. All people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind.
I think in a way that's almost kind of like limiting your advancement. If you keep to your own kind, you're never going to grow as an individual. You'll never find out about other people's cultures and stuff like that, which can be very beneficial in certain aspects.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think people should keep to their own kind. You know, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think
some people.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Like, for example, the homosexual community, don't go shoving it down the straight community's throat.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Like I said, you know, there's certain categories that
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Absolute.
Yeah.
But
so,
yeah, in a general,
I'm just gonna go generally disagree on that one.
Yeah, in a general consensus on that, I would disagree. Yeah.
Good parents sometimes have to spank their children.
Yeah, absolutely.
Disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree.
I think spanking is important. Why?
It's not good for a child.
Why? I was spanked and I turned out fucking amazing.
You turned out amazing, but there's a lot of fucking people who would take advantage of that and spank their children all the time. I think that abusing your child because here's the thing.
Okay, yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you want to hit your child, right? Stefan Molyneux actually has some very good like long talks on like the psychological consequences of like hitting your child. Very good talks on this. But I would say overall that in the moment, yes, it seems like a good idea. Like, he's pissing me off. Fuck him. But if you go wait 30 minutes and then you're going to still want to do that when things cool off.
Okay, so the way I was raised was a little bit different than most people. So when I got spanked, how this conversation, how the whole thing went down was first, I did something wrong, got in trouble, sent to my room. All right, time goes by. Individual comes in. They sit down with me on the bed, and they explain what I did wrong. I explained why it's wrong. And there's a repercussion to it. And that was the spanking. I used to write cuss words on the front porch.
So? Why? She should be hit for that?
Sharpie marker.
But don't you think that causes people to believe that it's okay to hit people?
I don't necessarily think it makes people think it's okay to hit people, because the way it was presented to me was, hey, I did something wrong. I'm at that point where I know the difference between right and wrong. And so there's punishment for the action that I did.
Yeah, but why were you doing that? Why were you writing cuss? Yeah, exactly. So should you hit somebody just because they're acting out for attention, especially a child? Like, we always view children as the most like innocent beings in society, yet we think it's okay for like parents to fucking hit them. I spanked a couple.
I think discipline should be left up to the parent.
I disagree. I don't think that you should. I think it should be left up to the parent. No, I don't think it should be regulated, but I think that parents shouldn't hit their kids. I don't think it should be a law against it, but I just don't think they should do it. I don't think it's the right thing to do. It's an innocent fucking child. Okay. They can't fight back. What are you gonna bully your kid and fucking hit him because he did something you don't like? Plus, morals are subjective. Morals are subjective. Okay. Just because you're running a fucking fuck on the front lawn,
but the way it was explained to me and the way that it was put in a conversation of, hey, this is what you did wrong, this is why it's wrong, and this is the repercussion from it. I didn't do it again from it. I learned my lesson from it. It taught me not to do it again. All right, because what I see nowadays is kids, right, will literally call their mother a bitch in the middle of the fucking store.
But that's not. But that is not because they're not hitting their child. That's because they didn't establish authority, and they didn't make their word. Authority? But they didn't make their word final from a young enough age.
So there's, in my book, there's a couple of different ways to establish authority.
Yeah.
All right. You can do it in the intellectual way, where you sit down, you have a conversation, and you implement a repercussion.
Yeah.
All right. Then you have the abusive way, where you're beating the shit out of the kid, and they fear you, so they're afraid to do anything. which I think that's kind of where you're.
And then they rebel out and become fucking
I think that's.
But I
that's
think
the line
any
we're
sort
at
of
right now.
resorting to violence with a child, I think, is wrong. I think that you should establish authority as a parent from a young age. If they act out, you may want to fucking hit them. You may be like, this fucking
Okay,
kid's
so how do
acting
you
like a
establish
cunt.
authority with a 4-year-old who did something wrong?
There's other ways. What are they like? What are they like? Take it away.
Well, tell me, how are they?
You establish your authority from a time they're very young.
Okay.
Your dad.
Yeah.
They don't fucking do that
So
shit.
how do they respect you and know
You
that
don't
you're
have
bad?
to hit people to establish authority. It's the same with older humans.
You don't. But what you have to do is you have to communicate to them.
And I think that's much better.
Yeah, absolutely. See,
Instead
the
of
way I
instead of
I got spanked, but I had reasons and explanations prior to why I was spanked for it.
Yeah, but I think what you should do is instead of, and I think parents have now again, I'm not a parent.
Now, if I sit down and I talk to my kid and I say, hey, we're going to have a discussion on why you did something wrong, and then they go off a week later and they do the exact same fucking thing, and I sit down and I say the exact same conversation, and they go off another week later and they do something wrong, then what do you do?
So what I will do is this. What I would do is this, and I've looked into this a lot. Again, I don't have kids, but I've looked into this. And every parent has their own way of doing things, and there's people who disagree with me, people who agree with me. But the general science is you should reward good behavior more than you punish bad behavior. Because the more you reward good behavior from a young age, it makes them want to do more good things.
Correct.
Because
it takes a million compliments to make up for one insult.
Yeah.
That is
an
Oprah-proven fact.
And so a lot of parents, when their kid does something good, it's like, oh, nice, hey, you know what, whatever. But they do something bad, and it's like a 40-minute, like, fucking, why'd you do that? Blah, blah. And it's like, that
There's
makes them
more
want to,
negativity,
and then they
towards
get
it.
pissed, and they
Yep.
want to do it again, because they're like, fuck that shit. Where it's like, hey, like, oh my God, you fucking did the dishes.
Or
That's awesome. Let me get you some ice cream.
Well, and then on the other side, you have the individuals that aren't active in the kid's life, work and all this stuff, right? And so the kids act out to get that attention because they want that 40 minutes of you did this wrong. But that's the attention that they're looking for.
I would say that you should reward good behavior more than punishing bad behavior.
I agree, but that's not the question.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't hit my
agree
kids.
with you on that. You should definitely reward and encourage good behavior over bad behavior. Absolutely. I mean, when you spend more time focusing on the bad, they're going to do more bad because they're getting that assurance from it.
Exactly.
When you spend more time focusing on the good, they're going to do more good because they're getting that assurance from it.
Exactly.
So it's all about how.
But I just don't think you
goes
should hit
about
your
the
kid.
execution.
We can just leave it unanswered.
Okay.
Because I'm going to go strongly agree. No, I'm going to go strongly disagree
I
with
was
good.
about to say, and I would go agree. So
we'll just leave it unanswered.
We'll leave it unanswered because from my personal perspective, I was spanked and I turned out great. I mean, it got to the point when I was old enough and experienced in my martial arts where mom couldn't touch me anymore. So there had to be other forms of punishment.
Yeah.
So.
But a lot of times, I think a lot of it comes from like a fucking parent had a bad day. You gotta pee.
Yeah.
All right. Then we'll get to the next question.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, we are back.
I got to get pods on the way home.
Yeah, that's gonna run out.
I know.
I'm
gonna give you. I'm gonna buy a vape for you, man.
No, it's all good. I'll just buy another one. Yeah, I used yours how many fucking times? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The last like 3-4 episodes because I was trying to quit vaping and then there
Right.
you go. All right, good parent with the other one. It is natural for a child to keep some secrets from their parent. It is natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents.
Yes.
Agree strongly.
Absolutely.
Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense.
Correct.
Agree.
Absolutely.
Yep, strongly agree. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. Strongly disagree.
Yeah, no, not at all.
It should be learning how to
Educating.
navigate. Like, we've talked about this. Yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
People with serious and heritable diseases should not be allowed to reproduce.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
I agree with it.
Oh, okay.
Agree.
So, at that point, you're really kind of infringing upon their civil freedoms. At that point, like if you have a disease, okay, you can't mate with the partner because of the fear of spreading that disease.
Like what? Like fucking
ALS.
But like,
it's a genetic disease. It's what. Stephen
yeah, but no,
Hawking
let's not do ALS. Let's talk about like, fucking. If you're like a major addict and you have like a meth child.
I'm a meth baby.
Are you really?
Yeah. Birth mom was addicted to meth and everything. I was born with a hole in my heart and everything. And
Do you still have a hole in your heart?
I get palpitations at times, but I haven't had it in quite a few years. What was it? 2018 was the last time I went to the hospital.
Yeah.
And Mom forced me to go because I told her, I said, Mom, there's no point in me going there. I'm just going to get a fucking doctor's bill. They're not going to find anything, and they're going to say everything's fine.
How do you know you have a palpitation?
I was born.
No, but how do you know when you have one?
The feeling of it. So one of the biggest things, one of the indicators is when I went and I told the doctor what I was experiencing is at times, like, there were moments where I'd be going through my job like normal, and then all of a sudden I felt like 10,000 needles, like tiny, very thin needles, piercing my heart. And every time I took a deep breath, it made it harder to, like, the needles went deeper into my heart. And so it got to the point where it was physically crippling me. And the doctor, asked a lot about, like, my lifestyle choices and what I was doing and things like that. I was drinking, like, 2 full throttle cans a day, so the energy drinks weren't helping with that, And then I told him about previously that, Sue had me, was born with a hole in my heart and whatnot. And he said, yeah, energy drinks will only accelerate that kind of stuff, but I don't think.
All right, so people with an I mean, I don't know, because I kind of agree with that.
With the individual,
I don't know. I'll go disagree for the sake of, like,
it's limiting freedoms.
It's limiting freedoms, but it's also, like, I don't know.
I mean, like, what if that individual ends up having a kid that makes the cure for cancer?
So, like, if two tards reproduce,
yeah, and they 2 negatives make a positive, and 2 tards make of somebody who.
But they would not be able to raise that kid.
How do you know? They might have a great family. They might be the tard, but their family's fucking perfect.
Oh, their family,
yeah,
not them. But
yeah,
okay,
you also
fine.
Have to take that.
I'll go disagree. I'll go disagree.
Factors,
I'll go disagree. I'll go disagree.
Okay.
The most important thing for a child to learn is to accept discipline. By the way, I wasn't necessarily talking about tards.
No.
I was just, that was kind of like a facetious, example to make.
But this question is what now?
The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline.
No. That is not the most important
I agree,
thing.
yeah.
That is not the
strongly disagree on that.
Yeah.
I think in order to think for themselves and be able to navigate life,
navigate life and be able to make your own choices.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the principle of being human.
100%. There are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures. Strongly disagree. Strongly disagree. Yeah, absolutely. There are definitely uncivilized.
Yeah, we've got islands that absolutely refuse to have anything to do with the modern world, and if you go there, they will fucking kill you.
Yeah, but I
kind of string you up and torture you.
I kind of like that though.
That's savage though.
Oh, it is.
And I'm just not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying that that shit exists.
How are they still fucking there? Now they've been depleting. Have you seen those articles? They're like not
as thriving as they once were.
This is starting to burn out.
It's all right.
I can taste it.
No.
Damn it. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. Strongly agree.
Yes, absolutely.
When you are troubled, it is better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things.
That kind of goes into mental health.
Well, I disagree. I think you should think about it.
Yeah,
but if you're in the middle of some important situation, maybe
pause it
and address it later.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll go disagree.
Yeah, but I think that should definitely be something to be addressed.
First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated with their new country.
Yeah, that is true.
I agree.
Yeah.
Strongly or disagree?
Strongly.
Yeah. What's good for the most successful corporations is ultimately good for all of us. Strongly disagree.
Yeah, I strongly disagree with that.
No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Agree.
Yeah.
Agree strongly, in fact. Next page.
The only thing with that is then it gets into private funding and whether or not.
Oh, we have to answer the fucking spanking one. It won't let us not answer it.
Let's put agree.
All right, fine.
Yeah. Tuesday the 23rd.
All right. Our civil liberties are you ready?
Yes. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I can pause for a second. No, you want me to pause for a second?
No, because they're messaging me back in the group message, and I don't want to message back in the group message.
Until everything's there.
And then you not only that, I'll separately message them back. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism.
Absolutely.
Yeah, strongly agree.
Is there I fucking 100% agree with that as an option?
A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. See, this one's interesting because it's true.
Yeah.
But is it good?
No. Because you're only giving one choice.
But it's true though. So I agree with that.
I do agree with it, but then the follow-up question, is it good?
Well, I have always said, like, if you were to take human nature away and just have like a good moral leader, a fucking dictatorship would be much better than a democracy.
Yes. Yeah. That's a very tough question to answer. Yes, to an extent, in some ways, absolutely.
Yeah.
But man is corruptible, man is fallible, power corrupts man. The moment you have one person at the top making the decisions for everybody else, shit goes downhill.
100%. So I'm gonna agree with that. I'm gonna agree with that last one though. Yeah. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree.
The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. Strongly agree.
Yeah.
Strongly
absolutely.
agree.
It is states nationwide.
100%.
Yeah.
In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that goes into if there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians, shit won't get done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like across the entire. Yeah.
Yeah, we could put strongly agree on that.
I did. Yeah. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything at all shouldn't be considered art at all. Ooh. And abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all.
That's a weird question. That's a debatable question because, like, I'm not an artist. If you were to ask that question to an artist, they'd say that's 100% wrong.
Yeah.
Because everybody has their own personal private interpretation of art and shit. But like honestly, like here's the thing.
I disagree with that.
If it doesn't serve a purpose, it doesn't fucking serve a purpose.
I don't think it might. I don't think it has value, but you could still consider it to be art.
Yeah.
It didn't say it doesn't have value.
If I take like 20 nails and I fucking weld them together in an ornate design, that's fucking art. Yeah. But it absolutely serves zero purpose.
Well, I remember one night I was drinking with my friends and we made a fucking wizard staff with the beer cans. Where you tape them all together. It's art. Yeah, it's art. There were like 45 wizard
elements of creativity in there. So a lot of positive stuff in you guys doing that element of creating, team bonding.
In the wizard staff.
As simple as a wizard staff, there's a lot of positives in that. So yes, I think art and creation is beneficial, but is it considered art? Art it's kind of like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's that kind of question.
Well, I am going to go with disagree because it could still be considered art. It does not say value.
Yeah, that's literally what I just said. I could take 20 nails and weld them together in an ornate design, and that's art, but it serves absolutely fucking no value.
Purpose, yeah. But it could make someone's day.
And they could be like, oh, hey, you know what? I saw your sculpture or whatever, and that just made me think of this amazing, beautiful design for blah, 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 because I was inspired by your artwork.
Yeah. So it could, but okay. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. Disagree strongly. Now, I do think there are some people who can't be rehabilitated, like pedophiles, etc.
Yeah.
But
serial killers.
Yeah. But I do think that we should try to rehabilitate because you're gonna have more, especially with drug addicts. Yeah. You can't just throw them in prison, let them out. We need to have government-funded rehabilitation systems.
You gotta let them know. Yeah. Okay, have them soul search. Why are you an addict? Why are you using this drug to cope with what is the underlying problem?
Exactly. That's why government-funded rehabilitation. Yeah. They fucking. It is a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals. Yes. No, we just said you can't rehabilitate some people.
But the question was, it's a waste of time to rehabilitate
criminals. To try and rehabilitate some criminals.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear that right. Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting right here. This is interesting. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. I agree.
The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. Yes, because the writer and the artist would not have a pot to piss in if it wasn't for the businessman and the manufacturer. Yeah. I took a minute there, yeah.
Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be a homemaker. Yes. No. What?
No.
What?
No.
what?
Okay, here's the thing.
Oh my God.
Wait, hold
on. Number two, we disagree on.
Because was it women or mothers?
Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers.
I took that as women.
No.
So
Yes. Because I think that the most important thing a mother can do
is be a mom. Absolutely.
That should be the first priority.
But
and if the husband's making, if the husband just be a mother, if the husband is making enough money, she should stay home with the kid for sure. Yeah. And then maybe down the road look at getting it back.
Well, there's plenty of psychological studies that show that
mirror neurons. We talked about that.
Mirror neurons, but also the mother's affection and love and warmth does much more wonders for the child in their developmental years.
100%.
100%.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So strongly agree.
Definitely.
Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. So like these big companies are exploiting underprivileged countries and their resources. But
I mean that's a fact.
But doesn't matter because you look at some of these countries, like Africa's the most resource-rich country in the world, but they don't know how to fucking use their shit. If Africa had continued to be conquered, it would be in a much better place than it is now. 100%. That is undisputable fact. But we can say agree on that because the question didn't say is it right or wrong.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. I mean, it's a fact.
I did strongly agree. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity.
Wait, what? Making
peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity.
I think those are two separate things, but I mean, making peace with the establishment. I mean, is that talking about like the how shit operates and playing the game to win the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
you got to.
I agree as well. Yeah. I'm not gonna go strongly agree, but I'll go agree.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to make peace with the whole establishment.
Me neither. Because there's things I definitely don't agree with.
Astrology can accurately explain many things. I disagree.
Yeah, I totally disagree.
Strongly disagree.
I think astrology can accurately explain like the winter, summer solstice and seasons, but like why Dylan is Dylan, astrology has no
fucking zodiac signs are bullshit.
That's bullshit.
It's a huge turn off when a chick asks. Yeah, huge turn off.
Yeah. I'm glad we agree on that one.
You cannot be moral without being religious.
False.
Yep, strongly
disagree.
100%. Yeah. Religious. Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged.
No, I don't think so. I mean, because here's
you think government's better than charity?
I think it's more consistent because there are times where people feel more charitable than others. Like in the Christmas time, people are going to be more willing to give a homeless man $5 than in the dead heat of summer.
Yeah.
So,
but also if he's standing out there on the fucking corner, it's like, go get a job.
I 100% agree with you there. You got the time to sit on here for 8 hours fucking asking people for money. You got the time to be filling out applications.
Exactly. Okay. So we're going to go agree.
Yes.
But we don't necessarily,
Yeah.
Some people are naturally unlucky. Strongly disagree. Because you create your own luck. You create your own luck.
Yeah,
you create your own luck. And it's about how you look at situations that happen in life. If you have situations that go bad constantly over and over again, you could think it's unlucky, but you're looking at the glasses half empty rather than half full and being like, hey, I just had this stint of bad shit that happened, but I can flip it around.
Maybe it's my environment that's causing all this bad shit to happen. Maybe I need to change my environment to make sure that this bad shit doesn't continuously
Exactly.
happen.
Exactly.
Like gangbangers.
100%.
You're getting friends murdered right and left. Maybe stop gangbanging.
Exactly, yeah. It is important that my child's school instills religious values.
No. I don't think it's
I don't agree with that either,
important.
I disagree with that. I'm not going to go strongly disagree, but I will go... Actually, I don't necessarily believe it. I don't necessarily... Separation of church and state is a very interesting topic we need to get into.
We will.
But for this case, we're just rolling through the test.
Yeah. I definitely don't think that it's like one of the things that need to be taught in school.
Sex outside of marriage is usually immoral.
False. Because I'm having sex outside of marriage and I love my woman.
But is it usually immoral? Like sleeping around? Is it usually immoral? That's not saying is it okay to do. Is it just immoral?
I mean, that's a generalization because it depends.
I agree with you. I think it's fine.
I think it's fine.
In fact, I think it's important. I think if you have not had sex.
Okay, how are you going to marry somebody and not know if they're good in bed?
Or if you vibe sexually at all. Yeah. Well, then you end up cheating.
Then now you're complicating your marriage in the eyes of God. Yeah. So, no, I totally agree with you.
All right. So I'm going to go strongly disagree on that.
Mm-hmm.
A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of a child adoption.
Agreed.
I'll agree, but I'm not going to strongly agree.
I mean, I won't strongly agree with it. I definitely feel like they shouldn't be excluded from having the ability to have children. But I also think that, like, if it is a male having a child, they also should have, like, a requirement of explaining all of the options. Like, hey, just because you see me and dad together doesn't mean that's...
You have to, yeah. That doesn't mean that's how it is.
Yeah, exactly. They should be...
This is one that you and I are going to disagree on. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. Disagree.
Should be legal?
Yeah.
Isn't it already?
Well, they're saying should it remain. I disagree. I think you should ban porn.
You know what? Honestly, you're probably going to be surprised by this, but I will agree with you on that. I think you should ban porn. I think what it does is it desensitizes the...
It also sets unrealistic expectations for both sexes.
It really does, because like when you have this idea of this
creates incels
in your head, and then you go out and have sex and it's nowhere near that, you're like, well, what the fuck am I doing?
You may as well stay home and jack off.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think people should have to go out and fucking...
Now, don't get me wrong. I think, like, bro, you're on, like, a fucking business trip. You're married to your wife. You don't want to fucking go to a brothel and cheat on her, bust a nut in the bathroom by watching a girl give a head. Sure.
But see, I've never watched porn in my life. And nobody believes that. That was a huge debate we had with our friend group, yeah.
But at the same time, you also have to look at it like this. You've never watched porn. That doesn't mean you haven't actually had porn. If you're getting titty pictures and pussy pics, that's the same thing as pornography.
That's not the same thing as pornography.
In a way, it can.
No, that's
be
like
viewed.
that's somebody sending me something.
Yes, but like,
that's not like me going to... I'm talking about going to like fucking, you know, a porn... Well, I wasn't going to say the name of the website, but yeah. I didn't want to give it advertising if I want to ban it. Yeah. Everybody knows. Yeah. We don't have to fucking promote it. We have the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah. We don't need to promote that shit.
We don't. It's probably bigger than we are, to be honest. The amount of views they get on a daily basis, oh my god.
Oh my god.
I
Dude.
would kill for those views, bro.
Oh my god, yeah.
Not literally, I'm totally being
facetious. Yeah. So we're going to go should be...
Agree. I will agree with you on that.
That it should be legal? You mean disagree?
Illegal, yes, correct.
So pornography should be legal. We'll go disagree.
Yes.
I'm not going to go strongly disagree, but I'll go disagree. What goes on in a private bedroom between two consenting adults is no business of the state.
Correct.
Agree. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Agree. I'll go strongly agree. No one can feel naturally homosexual. I fucking agree with that. No, I disagree with that. Because why would you choose to be gay? What's the benefit to being gay in any way, shape, or form? Like, there's really no benefit to being gay. Think about it. There's no benefit. What do you get? You can't reproduce naturally. The only benefit is that's who you're attracted to. It's like, but other than that, from an evolutionary standpoint, from a biological, like, there's really no benefit to being gay. Like, this is not a controversial thing. It's just, you know.
Right. You know.
But I do. So, but what I'm saying is that means that people can feel naturally homosexual, because why would you go out of your way to be gay?
No.
You know.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. Neither would I.
Can't even fathom the idea.
No, I can't either. And that's like saying like someone who's gay wouldn't want to go out of the way to be straight. You know, or maybe or they have.
Which they have. You know. There's been stories of gay men getting married and having families and everything, and they're 10 years in and they leave their wife for some fucking guy. Yeah, there's stories of that.
So I'm going to go no one can feel. I'm going to go strongly disagree on that.
Yeah.
These days, openness about sex has gone too far. Strongly agree.
Yes, absolutely. Right. Absolutely.
That was the last question. Let's see where we stand.
Really? That was the last one?
That was the last one.
Oh, that's a great way to end the last one.
Okay. All right.
What is the...
So there we go. Thank you guys for tuning into this week's episode of the... No, I'm just kidding.
What does it say? Yeah, we got to give the results.
What if we did the whole thing? So here's where we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
now I tend to be a little bit more
up
in the authoritarian.
Yeah.
Like, but that's pretty accurate. I'll show the camera.
Yeah, I would agree with that placement.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah. I think that's pretty accurate.
Granted, what we say here is 100% right, always. You know, because we're never wrong. And Dylan knows that, beyond a shadow of doubt. Ain't that right, Dylan?
Yeah. Wait, hold on one sec. Then we're gonna fix it. I didn't hear what you said, but give me 1 second.
No, you're good. No, you're good to still agree with me on it.
What'd you say?
I said everything that we say on here, we're always right.
Oh, we're objective.
We're never
yeah,
wrong.
we've never been wrong in our lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we've never been wrong. Yeah, never. Well, do you want to wrap it?
Oh shit, it's 7. Damn.
Yeah.
We did a good little.
We
chunk.
did. Yeah, we've been going for 2 hours and 23 minutes and 14 seconds.
That's the longest one yet.
Yeah, it is. It is the longest one.
Yeah. Let's finalize it with a cap-off topic.
You want a cap-off topic?
Yeah, cap-off topic for our viewers.
I want to get into this one. This is one that I wanted to talk about earlier. Because I can save some of this stuff for next week. I'm going to save the...
Well, let's do a podcast this weekend.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm going to say... Well, I'm off Friday. How about we throw one on Friday?
Sure, yeah. Friday works.
Friday works.
I might have to work Sunday, but yeah, Friday works.
Friday works. Well, I work Saturday, Sunday.
Cool.
So we're going to have to do,
Yeah.
I'm going to save the mail-in ballot thing for next episode because we can really get into that. But I want to talk about the men are lonelier than ever thing. Because
let's get...
We can kind of talk about... Yeah. Hold on. Safety. The number of lonely single men is on the rise as women with higher dating standards look for partners who are emotionally available, good communicators, and share similar values, says psychologist. Men are... This is from the Daily Mail, by the way. Men are lonelier than ever as they struggle to meet the higher dating standards of modern women, according to a psychologist. American psychologist Greg Mados wrote in a recent Psychology Today article that the current state of young and middle-aged men's love lives shows that they need to address a skills deficit. He said, I hear recurring dating themes from women between the ages of 25 and 45. They prefer men who are emotionally available, good communicators, and share similar values. Yet he claimed that he's found that modern men's biggest problem is communication, which is the lifeblood of a healthy long-term relationship. It comes as data shows dating apps are overrun with men, who represent 62% of users, and figures collected in the U.S. in 2019 shows more men than women were single. And most men are using dating apps because I think a lot of men are fucking scared to go out and have a conversation with a woman in a bar.
Well, okay, so you have to take it like this, especially for the middle-aged men. They get married in their early 20s. They're in a marriage for 10, 15 years, have a couple kids. They've been out of the dating game for 10, 15 years, and they go back out. They have nowhere to start. They don't know what the dating game is like. So yeah, I definitely think.
Well, because they live in the technology age where it's like.
Well,
and I think
mail order your own bride.
When I think a lot of it goes back to porn. We were talking about banning porn. I think a lot of it goes back to porn. For a lot of men who may not be able to have the confidence to go out and pick up a chick, before they go out, they may be like, hey, I'm not going to get laid tonight. I'm going to go to the bar. Nothing's going to happen. Let me just jack off before I go so I'm not like even worrying about going to pick up women. You know what I mean? Because they're insecure about their ability to go up and talk to a woman. Whereas I say... Or
on the other hand, you have a guy that's like, I know I'm going to get some tonight. I'm going to bust a nut now so I don't come too early when I fuck her later. That's the other side of the coin.
Side of the spectrum as well. But I would say that for most men, I think you should get... Like, I don't have any dating apps. I used to use them, but I
did it for like a month.
Oh, I did it for a while.
Like, dude, okay, so the first person I matched with on Tinder was actually friends with one of my friends who I knew. She ended up fucking coming over. There's 2 girls.
Yeah.
One of them I fucking knew from high school.
Yeah.
And it was her friend.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, I knew you, and I just wanted her to know that I knew you and everything like that.
And you're like, well, you just ruined the evening. You ruined the evening because I would have gotten laid tonight, and now you're here. Yeah, and now you're here, and you just ruined the entire dynamic of the You're the anonymity of the dating site has now been ruined.
Yeah.
But I will say that I believe that all men should get rid of dating sites. I don't think we should be using it. The fact that more men are using it,
you have better odds of going
62% of people on dating sites are men.
Well, here's the thing. You have better odds of going out and hitting it off with a girl out in person than you do on a fucking computer.
So here's what I will say. You're more likely to match and talk because you can fake your personality, make your profile look all nice. It's like women who fatfish men. They'll use pictures from like 4 or 5 years ago, look skinny and everything. But my thing is like, you probably are going to strike out big time. You're going to be embarrassed. You're going to go up to chicks in the bar and you're going to get told no.
Yeah, you're going to
But that's okay. Yeah, no, but that's fine because you learn how to communicate and actually talk to women.
Yeah.
A lot of the time you get shut down, you may be being too creepy. You may be too forward. You may not be able to like make them laugh or you need to understand how to like pick up a mate. Dude, if there was a EMP that went off right now, technology goes down,
I would be fine.
I would be fine as well.
We would be,
but
yeah.
most men would be screwed because they wouldn't know how to pick up chicks.
Yeah.
Sex would completely stop. It would be horrible because men don't know how to go out anymore and pick up chicks. And I think at the same rate, I do think that women do have high standards in men. I think their standards might be too high, and I think they also lack a certain. Do you know how many times I'll go up to a chick at a bar or something, just be talking, and it's so boring. It's like, dude, do you not know how to have a conversation? Like, and by the way, if you're a chick, sometimes I'll just go up and talk to like a couple of girls at a table for fun. I'm not trying to like build a relationship with any of them, but they assume that because they think they're the most dude, you live in first of all, you're not fucking Kim Kardashian, right? Like, I'm not coming up to you because I'm coming up to you to have a conversation. Yeah. All right, I'm seeing where it goes after that. I'm not coming up to you with any sort of thought of like, are we gonna have sex or anything? I'm just coming up to have a conversation. Maybe I thought you were a little bit attractive, but that doesn't mean that you have to fucking assume that you're like the hottest chick in the world. Yeah. It's like, and then they sit there and it's like, but that's another thing is I think women, to a certain extent, are like they just have this like idea about themselves.
Okay,
it's like,
so
but that's because women are put up on this pedestal in society. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think now I'm just gonna say this, I want you to kind of respond back to me, all right?
Yes.
Well, women love a true alpha man. There is something DNA imprinted in us that women gravitate towards a man who is alpha, dominant, protector, security, all of that, right?
Yeah.
So in that aspect in itself, do you agree that women are attracted to alpha males that are dominant, that, you know, when you go out and you're out with your guys, you know, and you got the guys, you know, and there's like that one guy that stands out above all of them, you know, that girl, well, regardless of any kind of interaction or conversation, is going to have a natural inclination.
I think again, like I said, women look at men differently than men look at women.
Agreed.
So I think that when a man, dude, we need to have Mark Lutchman on the podcast. He's a great guest. I'm gonna Mark Lutchman. I'll remember him.
Don't forget it.
I'll text him right now.
Because
I've had him on and it's been great, but he got really into this, which I think we would enjoy. He got really into this topic, which I really want to go into this with him. But men look at women differently than women look at men. Women look at men, they want, like we've said this a billion times. Yeah. But so I think that like if they see a true alpha male, I think they're going to be attracted to that. It's like a man with confidence who carries himself well. The first introduction. So here's the thing: you walk in, number one thing going for you is your looks. If you're fucking short and fat, you're probably not going to get many women picking you out of the crowd. It's just not going to happen.
Okay, and we're not pointing fingers at short and fat guys here. We're just
pointing fingers. No, I'm literally saying.
Speaking,
no, I'm saying
women are programmed to want to produce or mate with.
No. I'm not saying they may not at some point with the short.
If you have a guy who's 6'2", 260, nothing but fucking Super Saiyan Goku body, and a guy who's 5'4", 220 with a pot belly, the girl's gonna want the guy with the Super Saiyan body because one.
No, I'm not saying she's gonna want him. What I'm saying is if two dudes walk into a bar, one of them is short and fat, and the other one is like tall
and built,
looks good.
He's gonna have way higher.
Well, she's immediately going to be attracted to the bigger guy
physically,
but she could talk to that guy and within 5 minutes be like, this guy's a douche.
Yeah.
And then she could talk to the other guy, be like, hey, you're really nice.
You're
blah, blah,
emotionally
blah.
invested.
And then it could build for maybe you're more successful as a short fat guy, whatever. But she's gonna eventually be more into that guy. But I think the first thing is they look at how somebody looks. It's like us with it's the same thing us with chicks.
Dude, if I walk into a beautiful girl who is wearing some tight yoga pants, a cute little crop top, is well proportioned top and bottom.
Yeah.
Looks hot, as opposed to a girl who's 250 pounds, wearing a dress, big heavy set chick, hair all fucked up and whatnot. Which one are you gonna want to take?
She got the humdingers.
Which one do you want to take home?
Well,
option A.
Well, of course. If I'm just but I'm never gonna date a fat chick. That's not gonna happen. In fact, if I'm in a relationship and the chick gains weight, that is grounds, for my opinion, for breaking up with them. I think that if she puts on excessive amounts of weight, now I'm not talking about like here and there little fluctions in weight. That happens. You put on 10, 20 pounds, whatever. Yeah. But if you start putting on like 50, 60 pounds and you start getting fat and you're doing nothing about it, I'm leaving you, dude. I'm leaving you because I don't want to fucking dig through fat to find your pussy.
Okay.
I'm just not going to do it.
But at the same time, hold on now. I agree with you. At the same time, I wouldn't just necessarily up and walk out. I'd say, listen,
give him an opportunity,
change, babe.
Be like, look, I'm not going to fucking Walmart with you until you fucking lose some weight.
If I'm like this and I'm trying to keep me in the best physical shape to keep my partner, I expect the same from my partner.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm going to take pride in my appearance and how I look and the way I carry myself, I want the same from my partner.
Yeah.
Because you're dating a Leo, all right? When I walk out.
We just said that doesn't mean anything.
In the aspect of like this, right? You're dating Tony. When I walk out, I got plenty of eyes on me. I got plenty of fish to choose from.
Oh, same, yeah.
But if you're my girl, you need to own your territory.
And by the way,
own it.
It's the same situation if a girl's attractive.
Yeah.
You go out with an attractive girl, and every dude in the bar is going to be looking at that chick.
Yeah.
You've now made competition. Even if she's your girl, you have now made competition with every single dude in that fucking bar.
Yep.
Or that fucking social setting, whatever you're in. You have now made competition with every single dude that's in there, right? So it's like, I have no problem with that because it's my girl.
Yeah.
And I trust that she's not going to do anything.
Absolutely.
In fact, I want the eyeballs on her. I think that's hot.
I do too.
I want my girl to be fucking hot.
I want the googly eyes. I want people to look at it.
I want
like,
people to look.
That's mine.
Yeah.
You can't have it.
How's it going? Yeah,
no
it's
touch
mine.
policy. You want a broken nose? Don't touch it.
Yeah. That's how it is.
You want to talk tomorrow?
Yeah.
Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's how it is. So it's like, but I think men, getting back to the point, men just do not have an ability to pick up women anymore, generally speaking. 62% of men on fucking dating apps, 62% of people are men. That's embarrassing for men. That's why we suck at picking up chicks. And that's why chicks always have this stigma of men that we're like horrible communicators and everything because we fucking spend all our time. I don't, but the majority of the men spend all their time on dating apps.
Okay, just for the record out there and to all viewers who are watching, I've had women from teenagers to middle age all in the exact same boat. When it comes down to a guy
No, wait. Make that clear.
Okay.
You don't have any women who are teenagers now.
No.
Okay.
When I was a teenager.
Okay,
I was, like,
I had to make that
stuff,
clear. I had to make that clear.
You know, so from my experiences, one thing that I've learned is most importantly, women want a guy who's physically attractive. Because if you don't have that physical attraction and that chemistry, the sex isn't going to be good.
Yeah.
If the sex isn't good, it's not worth it. You'll find it elsewhere, right? Second thing, the ability to communicate. Communication doesn't mean the ability just to talk well. It also means the ability to listen and actually hear what your counterpart is saying. Like how we go about our stuff. You talk, I listen, I respond back with what you said so that you can understand, oh, hey, he heard what I was saying. He was listening, active listening, right?
Yeah.
That's what women are wanting. A lot of times when it's the going out trying to pick up a girl kind of situation, it's like guy finds her attractive, she finds him attractive. Okay, just because we like each other, let's go home and fuck. That's what guys think in their head, and that's not right. That's not how it's going to go.
So let me ask you a question. We had a kind of an argument about this the other night. So if you are single, right?
Mm-hmm.
Girl comes up to you who is in a relationship and wants to go home with you to cheat on her boyfriend. Do you do it? And you don't know the dude.
But I know she's in a relationship?
Yeah.
No.
I do.
Okay, what I would do is say, call him right now and break up with him. I don't care what happens tomorrow, but tonight you don't have a boyfriend tonight.
I could say that anyway. Because here's the reason I say that.
But if you do that in front of me, that's going to show me a lot of you.
But why would she do that for you? But think about that. No, think about that. Think about it. You're asking her. But
now I'm your boyfriend. You find somebody else better. I know you're going to call
But
me
she's
and
not
break
coming
up
to you to
with me
find
just
someone
fuck somebody
better.
else.
She's not coming to find someone better. She's coming. She's just trying to find something that night. Here's what I'm saying. Here's the let me.
Why doesn't she go to her boyfriend?
Because they're having so many issues, they should be broken up. But at the same time, that's a really long process. She's not going to throw away a fucking 2-year, 6-year, however long, 6-month, whatever long relationship to have sex with you for one night. Then she's now lost all of the emotional things she's built up with the last guy. She's just trying to have sex with you for one night. So what I would say is it is not my problem. That is not somebody that I know. They should be broken up anyway. I'm really not contributing to a problem that's not already there. She wants to do it. Sure.
It goes down. So I'm not a cheater. I will never be.
That doesn't make you a cheater. It makes her a cheater, and you're just along for the ride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, okay, yeah, I got.
It's like
I've been there, and
It's like saying this. It's like saying this.
I used to love taking girls away from their boyfriends.
I love it. By the way, I want to be the guy, the reason that you guys have a fight when you get home. Not people I know, but like I want to like have a girl hit on me. I don't know who the dude is. And I want her to go home and be like, dude, I was hitting on this fucking dude at the bar. And I want that to be the I want to be the reason you guys have a fucking fight. Yeah.
I got you.
When it's someone I know, I completely stay away from all sort of because like intimate.
That bleeds into so many other aspects.
Well, I'd say, dude, if like let's say, you know, someone in our friend group had a girlfriend and they came up to me and asked to do that, I would immediately call the dude. Be like, hey, your fucking girl's out here acting out. Like, you may want to come up here or you may want to fucking deal with this chick. She's up here acting out. Now, if I don't know the dude, he has no fucking bearing in my life, and this chick's got some fucking big ass tits, nice ass, and she's fucking dripping.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking take her home. I don't care. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. You were on the camera when he said that. You were on the camera when he said that.
No, yeah.
I doubt
it. No, I doubt
anybody's going to watch to 2 hours and 31 minutes in.
Yeah. You know, like I said, humans have like a 3-minute attention span or a 3-hour attention span. There's no
just don't say that this comes up, and I don't think anybody's going to watch it this far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again,
But
it's also different because you're in a relationship. So it'd be
you'd be man, if she's drop dead gorgeous, man. And
of course.
Okay.
Plus, it makes it the sex
right?
is so
She's
much
married.
better. The sex is so much better.
I've been there, dude.
I've done it. I've fucked married women so many times. In fact, I slept with one married chick. I came downstairs the next morning and her fucking kid was in the fucking living room playing Call of Duty, and I had to walk by him on the way out. Fucking messy hair, fucking same outfit I came over last night. He was sleeping.
KDA, bro.
Yeah, how's it going? You want me to jump off, play some zombies? How's it going? Dude, but seriously, I have no problem.
Yeah.
Because it's like they should have already settled that situation.
Yeah. I would do it if I wasn't in a relationship.
No, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. No qualms about it. I've been there. I used to be the guy that loved stealing their girlfriend away from their boyfriend, fuck him one night and throw him off to the wayside and be like, go crawl back to him.
Yeah, and then come back to me when you guys
the
bring
James Bond shit, bro.
I would love to be there as the guy when they're fighting. Come to me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that because I have no emotional now, and that doesn't make me a cuck.
You know that, right?
Huh?
A shoulder to cry on is a dick to ride on.
Yeah.
You never heard that before? Johnny Sins, bro.
No, but what I will say is that like that doesn't make me a cuck either, because I know some people in the audience are going to be like, "Oh, he's a cuck. He wants to just have the chick." No, because to be a cuck, you have to be in a relationship with a girl, emotionally attached, and then she leaves you to go fuck somebody else.
Yes.
That makes you a cuck.
Yes.
Doesn't make me a cuck for just being available to have sex with a hot chick
no.
when she's ready to have sex. And by the way, if she's in a point in her relationship where they're cheating, go ahead. But let me ask you a question. Have you ever cheated?
No, never.
Have you ever kissed another girl in a relationship? While you're in a relationship?
No.
I'm not talking about your current one.
No.
Past. No.
If I ever get to the point where I think or entertain the idea and I'm
it's time to
serious
end
about
it. Yeah.
I'll break up.
Yeah.
Because one, I love to be able like fuck everybody. I don't give a shit what people think. I think about what I think.
Yeah.
Right? And I like to proudly say I've never cheated on anyone.
Yeah. So I have never cheated on anybody either, but I have once. But it wasn't really cheating.
Explain.
It wasn't really cheating. So I was dating this girl, right?
Okay.
And she...
How long were you guys dating?
It was a while.
Okay.
And she... I had to tell him who it was. And she was fucking acting weird. You know what I mean? Anyway, I catch her with her ex. They're having sex, sleeping together, whatever, right? I literally catch them. Not actually doing it, but I knew what was going on.
I think at that
and
point
she admitted to it
after.
Oh, yeah. So I literally come back into town, call this chick, and I didn't fuck the chick, but I definitely made out with the chick for quite a while. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But that wasn't really cheating. It was just like I was pissed, and there were these chicks that... But by the way, there are these beautiful women that I am ignoring on a day-to-day basis, fighting the urge to even talk to, because I knew if I even start a conversation, even say hi, spend time, it's going to breed the problem. So when I'm in a relationship, if you're an attractive woman, you come sit next to me, I will be nice to you, like, what's good? You know what? You want a drink? Here's a shot, but I'm going to go back over and hang out with the boys because I'm not even going to engage in this because I know if it goes down any more down this path, I'll be tempted.
Into the security level of your partner at that point, because for me, I have gorgeous women that are my friends, and if my partner isn't okay with the fact that I have females that are beautiful that I talk to and I'm friendly with, if you can't accept that, and if that's a problem, I'm not going to choose you over my friends, period.
But here's what I'm going to say. I do not think that men and women can be platonic friends.
Really?
I don't think so. Because here's what I will say. One person will always want to fuck the other person. You may not, but I bet you some of those women would like to fuck you. Right.
Okay,
I bet you they may not say it. They may not say it, or they may not come out, but I think they do. Every single time I have been close friends with a girl, I have always ended up fucking them. Yeah. Like maybe 1% of the time that I don't, but the majority, and that may be because the friendship just drifted apart before we had the opportunity, but it always came to a point where like we get drunk, we're both single, but we're just friends, you know, we end up doing all this fucking dating type shit just as friends, like, oh, let's go to the cider mill, or let's do this shit, even though we're just friends, but then you end up smashing, and it's like, and I've had it where it's like we have been platonic friends for years. And then there was one girl, right? I was platonic friends with one girl. We were friends for years, dude. Like really good friends. We would talk every day, fucking FaceTime every day. We'd do all this shit because we were both single. So we'd go to dinner together. We'd do all this shit. And it was always fine, right? But we always found each other attractive, I know, right? And one day we go do a little dating, not a date thing, but like something you would typically do dating. And then after that, we go out to dinner, fucking get a couple drinks at dinner, start feeling ourselves. After that, let's move to the bar. After that, we actually went to Dave & Buster's. After that, we start pounding shots at Dave & Buster's. We're playing games and shit. I'm like, she's not, sober enough to get back to where she needs to go. So I'm like, let's just go back to my place. Drive back to my place, fucking watching a movie, end up making out. Yeah, and then we fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's
no, granted.
Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be allowed to have female friends, because it's about her trusting you. Yes. If they do make a move, you cut that friendship off. But what I will say is men and women
cross that line, there is no
we have not been close since then. Yeah. We have not been close since then. In fact, I don't even think we've hung out since then. No, that's not true. We hung out once since then. She came up to the bar for a short amount of time, but it ruined the friendship. But there was no friendship to begin with, because men and women cannot be platonically friends.
Okay, so
by the way, everybody in the chat, real quick, I just want to say this. Everybody in here is going to be like, that's not true. I have a friend that's a girl. You're probably just fucking ugly, and she probably doesn't want to fuck you, but you probably want to fuck her. It's either way around. If you're a super attractive fucking Sigma male,
coming from somebody that knows firsthand exactly what you're talking about, like to the T as you were explaining it.
That
was my ex. We were best friends for a very long time.
Yeah.
Crossed the line. There was electric, passionate, intense inferno.
Sex.
But it was toxic.
Well, and I think, by the way...
But here's the problem.
Yeah. We need to get into a deep topic for this.
We still will talk. Yeah, not
to
like
this
talk
day,
like that.
No.
But like, every few months, it's like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Just
that's
in,
different. That's different.
And that was before, after, and then now.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like, having mutual relationships with females, even after being friends, crossing the line, and then going back to being friends, because like what we were prior to what we are, like now, yeah, you're a friend. Prior to, you were somebody I hung out with every single day. We did everything together.
Right, you know what I'm saying.
But we had no label.
That's what I'm saying. You just don't have a label. Yeah. If you're no.
That's
I want to make like, you can just be like acquaintances. I feel like men and women can be acquaintances,
Absolutely.
Right? It's just like, hey, we go out every once in a while, like maybe, whatever. Yeah. But I think you spend enough time with any chick,
there's going to be a bond.
Someone's going to be attracted to somebody.
Yeah.
If it's
something that
someone's going to be attracted.
Them like, oh wow, I see you in a new light now.
If the dude is not attractive, He's going to be attracted to the chick. She's not going to be attracted to him. It's still not a platonic friendship.
No.
Right? A platonic friendship includes zero. Like, men can be platonic friends. Yes. Like, you and I are platonic friends.
Absolutely.
We do not have any sexual desires.
No, because there's no ulterior motives.
Yes, nothing. We do a fucking podcast and we go out to drink, whatever.
We hang out with our buddies. We have a good time.
Yeah, but if you spend that much time with a chick, that's a fucking huge red flag. So a major red flag for me is when a girl that I'm talking to goes, well, I only have guy friends. I don't have any girlfriends. I'm like, well, you're a fucking whore. Sorry. Because if I said the same thing, if I said, oh, all my friends are girls, I don't hang out with dudes, I don't get along with dudes. That's what they always say. I don't get along with girls. I only hang out with guys. It's like, oh, really? How many of them you fucked? And I guarantee you it's like over 50%. They just bring them over and they fuck them. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's a couple
of those are the girls that do have the girlfriends that they get into those catty little fights with, and it's like, oh yeah, we're not friends anymore. Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah, but you know why that happens is because they have too many men involved in the group. Well, and plus they have too many men involved in their group, and so they start fighting over the men.
They live drama.
Yeah, they can't do it.
That's full circle.
And that is why when like I'm saying, if I'm in a relationship and a beautiful girl comes and sits next down to me at the bar, I may entertain it later, but for this moment, I'm not going to entertain it at all because, look, it's not even worth me even remotely tempting myself because we're all tempted by certain things, and you should remove yourself from situations that are tempting.
From the temptation,
because it's not like you can still be a super loyal person and be tempted. Yeah. We all have temptation.
You can have the thought in your mind.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh my God, it would be amazing to bend her over.
If I ever had a girlfriend who could read my mind, I'd be fucked.
Oh, dude, every guy would.
Oh, I'd be fucked. Yeah, I'd be fucked.
Period. But there's not a single one of you out there that can disagree with us.
But she would be fucked if I could read her mind as well. You know that's true.
Oh, she'd be fucked on so many different kinds of ways.
Oh yeah.
Because if a man has the ability to read the mind, like, that might be an off-air combo. I honestly feel like men are more strategic.
No, it's not. Go.
I feel like men are more strategic than women.
Is this what you were gonna say?
In a way, yes. I feel like men are more strategic than women, and they're more calculated. They know how to analyze information, categorize it, and basically put it in like a mathematical equation, for lack of a better way of describing it. Because when you look at it like this, how many battlefield generals are women?
Not many. But can I say something really controversial?
Absolutely, yeah.
Women should not serve combat roles in the military.
Well, and there's a specific reason, and that's kind of what I'm getting into. Men are more strategically oriented. We are more logical. So we're going to look at things from a more practical standpoint where we separate the emotions from the facts. Women definitely incorporate the emotions in with the facts and sometimes take the emotions to be facts. And that is wrong.
No. The reason I don't think I agree with you. No, I do agree with you. I didn't say no. I was not agreeing. I was just segueing to my. I think that women should not serve combat roles because I think men will act like horny motherfuckers. Like let's say like you and I are in combat, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say we're fucking crossing a street to get to another side, better cover, whatever, position ourselves more strategically.
Absolutely.
You get shot in the leg. You're fucking laying out there, right? I'm not going to fucking risk my life to run. I mean, I will. I'll do what I can, but I'm not going to fucking impulsively run out there and be like, oh, you know what I mean, and then get killed and then we're both dead.
Yeah.
The better situation would be lay down cover fire for you to crawl or something back into
Divide
cover.
Your troops up,
and then
cross-section it, grab them, put them under cover.
See, I'll stop, lay down cover fire. You can crawl back.
But men make those decisions
a lot, but
in fractions of
let's
seconds.
say that a dude is running out. Now, I wouldn't do this, but a dude is running out with a super attractive chick who he's serving with. She gets shot. He might try to fucking white knight it, run out there, and then fucking ruin the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just to save her. Also, another situation. But let's say it's on the other foot. Let's say I'm serving with a girl. I get fucking shot. I'm down. Even if the whole situation clears, if I can't walk, and I'm sorry to say this, but it's true, women are just not as strong. I don't trust, a 140-pound woman to like pick me up on her back and carry me all the way back to
a 5-mile hike back to base camp.
You know what I mean? With all of her equipment and everything like that.
Not saying it can't be done.
Oh, it can be done for sure.
But
now this is very controversial, but I like it. I hope it ends up clipped.
The odds of success would be much higher with a male.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And this is a satire show, and not everything we say is intended to be taken seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Look at the description. But
I agree wholeheartedly.
I agree as well.
Yeah.
I agree as well.
I think that's
and there's a lot of fucking sex. Ask anybody who's been in the military. there is a lot of fucking sex that goes on in boot camp. Everything when they're stationed.
Included into it, bro. It's been
a lot of sex, a lot of cheating, a lot of sex.
One girl taking on like 12 fucking dudes.
Because there's but there's nobody else. She's cock hungry and they're pussy hungry.
Goes into the fucking military and is like, I'm gonna be surrounded by tons of fucking naked ass dudes with cocks running everywhere, and I'm not gonna touch them.
Yeah, and what
woman is
well,
gonna
and first
think
of all,
that?
so she's separated from, she's running, but all those dudes are separated from women, so they're gonna want to fuck. I mean, this is natural shit.
It's
yeah,
like
this is natural shit.
It's like, okay, you have a fucking pack of wolves. You starved them for a week, and you put a sheep in the middle of the fucking pen. That sheep ain't lasting a minute.
No,
that's getting fucking ravaged.
Yeah.
Same thing with the woman.
Same with the ravaged.
She's getting ravaged,
and
bro.
she's consensually she will get ravaged.
She's getting skull fucked and having DPs every fucking night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah. Easily.
Oh
and she's loving every minute of it. Baths all day.
Yeah. She loves it, and they love it, and it's a fucking mutual thing.
And they all get off on it and makes them closer.
Yeah. Exactly. Should we wrap it with that?
Yeah.
You want to wrap it? I mean, we're on a fucking roll, but we can wrap it. I'm down with that.
I do have to do some dinner, and I got to eventually check in with the lady.
All right. Sounds
good.
Should be home soon, let's see. 2 hours and 54. Should we do another 6 minutes? Let's get to 3 hours.
3 hours.
Even 3.
Totally. Yeah.
Let's do it. 3 hour long podcast, dude.
Yeah, man.
We fucking did it, bro. We fucking did it.
And we're going to continue to do this kind of stuff.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Actually, no, I'm going to save the intro song for the end. We're going to play it out again.
Yes. Dun, 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 dun.
But I think that was a pretty good episode.
I totally loved that. That was really good, man. We definitely got hype. We got passionate. We got in depth on some topics as well. I really think that political compass test was awesome.
I think so too.
Yeah, that was really, really good.
I think so too for sure.
But I'm excited
for Friday.
Yeah, maybe
we gotta get some more topics.
A guest involved too.
I'm gonna try to get. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Mark. I was talking about Mark. I'm gonna ask Mark if he wants to come on, because last time I had Mark on the podcast, it was great.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we'd put his camera right here. You know what I mean?
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In between us.
I think that'd be perfect placement, honestly.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I think that'd be great. You know, having a third party.
Oh yeah. We need to start having guests.
Yeah. And they can be random. I mean, they could literally just be fucking Joe Schmuck off the fucking road. I mean, obviously.
I want people that can promote us.
Yes. You know individuals that are going to be beneficial in certain aspects, as well as individuals that are going to bring good content.
Good content vibes. Yeah.
I definitely feel like we've got a few individuals that we can kind of.
I think so as well. I think so as well. Yeah, we have a pretty good base. Of that. We got to make this a 3 hour podcast. Dude.
Definitely.
You
already know
we're totally out of shit to talk about now.
Well, no, we're not. We always have shit to talk about.
First thing pops in your head right now.
First thing that pops in my head right now is a shot.
You want to do one?
Do you have one?
No.
Then we can't do one. But you literally said first thing that pops in your head, and it was a fucking shot.
Well.
Bro, that's mixing.
I've mixed. I didn't.
I know. I don't like mixing.
Whew, smell it.
I'm good. It's the honey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Immediately, I'm good.
Probably a good idea, right?
But we could do some freestyle rap.
I'm not gonna freestyle.
No, I'm fucking satire. I'm totally joking.
I would be down if we were not on air.
No.
But
even if we were
I
not
think
on air,
that being on air, I'd embarrass myself, and
we're always right. So.
We're always right, and I think that
we're never wrong.
Well, and I would make the objectively the best rap song ever. We would.
So, but, I do want to say this.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Trump running.
I am too. And by the way, everybody go to patreon.com/TSFTpod. Subscribe to. Actually, I'm gonna set up a new Patreon, so ignore that. I'm gonna set up a new one, because that one has been around. I'm gonna set up a new one.
Cool.
That people can subscribe.
Yeah, we'll do a whole. We
gotta figure out some perks. I think.
Let's put our minds together and maybe come up with a good half dozen of
ideas. Yeah. Well, I like the idea of having the private Discord, which is I had that in the last one.
I love that.
And that one was good. I hope nobody goes subscribes to patreon.com/TSFTpod, because don't do that, because we're gonna set up a new one by next week that people can subscribe to.
So if you're thinking about doing it, wait. We'll give you all the information. We'll put everything out there for you guys. We're gonna do another podcast Friday. We're gonna get that one going. We'll what do you want to talk about on the one for Friday?
Oh, I thought you meant for the next 3 minutes.
No. For Friday, what do we kind of want to get into?
I don't know.
Because I'll do some outside research.
We got to figure out what's hot. We'll discuss on Thursday. Cool. We'll find a topic Thursday, something that's hot going around the news Thursday, and we'll get some research. We'll dip in, but we also have to make sure we get a little buzz before we start.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I think we started a little stiff. I think today.
Well, yeah, I was in a vibe, man. I was totally in a vibe, dude. I was in a work funk, and just in my head about shit, and that doesn't happen often. Yeah, and
I've never seen that. I could tell when you came walking up, though. I could tell when you came up to the stew.
Yeah, dude.
I could tell. But we reversed.
Well, see, the thing with me is I'm very transparent. I don't like hiding shit.
Yeah. By the way, I'm getting really OCD about one of your strings being no, not longer, but just on your shoulder, and the other one isn't. Yeah. Did you ever do titty twisters?
All the time. Purple nurbles?
Fuck that shit,
bro.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I hated that shit. I can't believe that dream I had.
Did you ever do rhino humps?
I have never.
You never need somebody in the ass?
No.
As they were walking down the hallway?
No.
It's a rhino hump. That's fucking painful, bro. It's a great way to bruise your tailbone.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
The coccyx.
Yeah, the coccyx.
Yeah.
Sounds like
I remember one time we were at the lake and we were at this Mexican restaurant. The chairs were like this, right? Like the top of the chair, like this part of the chair, like I don't know if the audience, was like this. So it was like a U at the top, and then it had a seat, and I sat down right on the fucking U part of it. On the, it'd be like sitting on the white part of the top of that chair.
Yeah.
And I fucking bruised my coccyx to the nines, bro. And we had to take the boat ride home. Oh. And I had to sit on my knees on the boat.
Bro, I would have stood.
I just sat on my knees. I should have stood.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Yeah. Dude, anytime you bruise the tailbone, that's never good.
Let's ride it out with the song.
I know you guys are going to love this.
Well, they've already heard it a couple times.
How's it?
The Trump dance is like this. We need to get a gif of Trump dancing for the beginning of the podcast every time.
Yes, dude. I fucking love it.
This is such a fucking... Dude, change the whole vibe of the podcast for sure, bro. It's like a lighting with the vape. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate all of you guys.
We love you.
We'll be here on Friday for another episode.
Jam out.
We'll probably actually upload it on Saturday, but we will do another one Friday. We'll see you guys Saturday.
Yeah, we'll have some great content for you guys.
Peace out.